Hey guys, I'm back. It's me, Zephyr. A full voice and everything in between. So, how you guys doing? Grap, Atmosai, Soras, Singular Frog, Kindly Monkey, welcome back. Yeah, let's get it cracking on. A little timer started here. Yeah, I enjoyed my little bit of a break. I took some time away. I didn't use my voice for a few days. That was helpful. And then in the middle of that, Lewis got sick. And so, yeah, Lewis got sicky. And he's doing hopefully a little bit better. We will ultimately see how that goes for him. Unk got weepy. I didn't get weepy. What do you mean weepy? What the fuck does weepy mean? Welcome, Gerbil. Welcome, Matthew. Who wins? Fisher, KSU, Black? Well, I'll tell you what, it's probably Fisher if they take it seriously. Unk got sleepy for a week. No, Unk was very much awake. Unk just needed to take some time and get a voice and a life. So, very different prospect there. Plan to take 10. Okay, cool. Very cool. Fisher! Welcome back, Juliet. That's right. We got a little bit of Fisher. We got a little bit of everybody. They're getting into lobby, as you can see. And, I mean, you guys are back as well. Augusta, Utah, Cumberland, Western Outlaws, UCSD Gold, KSU Black, UCF Knights, Minnesota Mavericks, Temple Cherry, KSU Gold, Hawaii, Purdue Black, West Virginia Wesleyan Kaiju, Tamanroon, Fisher, Southern Miss, Bellevue, Ottawa Braves, St. Clair, and some other squad behind my face. Right, I bet I can actually... Silliest thing on earth. Here you go. It's TMU Bold. Welcome back, not Koryu. It's time to get blacked. That's right. Purdue Black. You can see them there in Team 12. Just because we stuck behind Fisher on ED doesn't mean they win. I have a lot of respect for KSU Black. I also have a lot of respect for the team that can just take their shirts off, not think, and win on the day. The day that Fisher takes the lobby aggressively seriously, and I don't mean minorly, I mean aggressively seriously, is an entire different world. Oh, good to see you. Hope you're feeling better, and so is Lewis. I'm feeling okay. My voice sounds all right. I will tell you, Lewis is still not having a time. He is, I don't know what's up with him, man. We went in and out of the vet, and so what ended up happening is he was vomiting a lot. No idea why. He ended up vomiting a little hair tie, and that's kind of what I thought it was. But what ended up happening is he just continued afterwards, and so I thought, okay, maybe he's irritated. Either way, he goes through to the vet after vomiting 3 times in a row in the course of like 2 days. I checked, we went over there, no big deal. Sent him home, came back, and then, yeah. Is U of U any good? Yeah, Utah's pretty good. This week, we've got Mez back online for University of Utah, so should be relatively competitive. Has been a Blaze fill-in most of the time, so having the mainstay fragger for the University of Utah is a nice sight to see. And for University of Utah, they are the most recent LAN champions at the Rocky Mountain Invitational. Now, notably, big names like Fisher, Cumberland were not there, but a winner of a match point is a winner of a match point. So we'll see how the Utes do today. That being said, Blaze has been playing really, really well in that roster. Last week, they topped out in the lower lobby. So if you don't know how it works, if you finish in the bottom 8 of the upper lobby, you kind of get banned. You get demoted to a lower lobby for an entire week. So Utah just earned their way back into Premier League after a #1 finish in the lower lobby. Now, granted, that is easier teams. The question is, can they retain it? We'll have to wait and see. Games are starting. That means we got 5 minutes till we jump into this one. I ask you guys, as always, let's get a prediction going, because we're 5 minutes away, which means we got 5 minutes on the predictor. RIT Black. Hey, RIT Jack on the Black. RIT Jack. Is RIT playing today? I hate to say it, I don't think RIT's in this lobby, Tonti. Maybe I'm going crazy, but I believe RIT dropped down to the lower lobby, bud. Anyways, lobby quality. They got 14th last week? Yeah. So they're going to be in the lower lobby, and don't worry, I'll be checking the standings as we go. By the way, Suarez, little hydrate. I'll be revealing land location at halftime. Anyways, Zephyr, I can't wait to see you in Texas. Or when? Why? When? Or like San Antonio? So thirsty. I've been drinking. Don't worry, I've been drinking a lot of tea. Can't wait to see you in Texas. Why are you guys coming to Texas? Lobby quality over under 6.0 to start here. Over under. You guys know we started easy. Guys, I think LAN is in Texas. Might be time to cool off the Coke and start chugging on the lemon tea. Well, don't worry. I have been on top of the orange tea personally. Orange tea and honey is something that I was working with for these last few weeks to at least get myself in a place where I sound a lot better, I can cast a lot better, and I'm not choking out here. But we will see. What in the fuck is orange tea? Orange tea is a orange flavored tea. I know, crazy how it may be. Joyous, good to see you again, Joyous. Pleasure having you back. I've never seen orange tea in my life. It's very good, I promise. What are the maps tonight? Well, sorry, Lunaris. Let's pop on over to that scoreboard while we wait real quick. Let you check out some of those drops. We will be starting on the E-District area. If your name's Fisher, of course, you're here by Old Town. So, this will be the biggest fight to look at. Kennesaw State versus Fisher Esports in that southeastern area with, by the way, potential third parties from Cumberland out of Shipyard. Other bigger names like Bellevue are close by in Viaduct. The only big name team that isn't nearby is Southern Miss over towards Boardwalk. Arguably, though, hasn't looked phenomenal for Southern Miss in Premier League specifically. They've had their best performance this most recent week here, and their consistency is good, but they haven't quite approached this particular level of these teams right here. So, I'd say they're kind of on a KSU Black level right now, and Bellevue, who knows, they might be able to keep this one up. Ottawa is right next to Bellevue, and there's a smattering of other fantastic teams across the map. We'll be jumping onto Olympus for 2 games after that, and then World's Edge to follow suit to make 6 total. My job is selling methyl and phenidate. Well, shit. We all got to make our living somehow, Tonti. You probably make a lot more money than I do. That being said, this is week 4. This is the first set of games past our halfway point in Octane Premier League. So, anything past this, and we are getting into the end of the running. You could make more money with a real job, Zephyr. Thank you so much, Matthew Moose, for reminding me. I appreciate that. I have applied for some real jobs, and you will see what that might become. That being said, if I do get a real job, no more streams forever. All right, server is officially starting. This will be, I don't know, first inkling of how these teams have performed. We missed out on scrims this week, and I know scrims aren't saying much, but, you know, it is what it is. I had to follow up on my Lewis story just because I wasn't done telling it. Lewis is all right. He's okay. He just doesn't want to eat anymore, which is really, really hard. He ate breakfast this morning, but he refused to eat lunch. And I'm not quite sure. I'm just not quite sure. He might just be more timid because he had to spend a few days in the hospital. And he just might not want to eat, just in general, just because everything he's had to go through. And so, just kind of slowly working through it. Thank you for the likes, by the way. Just kind of slowly working through it and seeing if the big boy can find his way back to some happiness. All right, folks. Augusta, Utah, Cumberland, Western Outlaws, UCSD Gold, Kennesaw State Black, UCF Knights, Minnesota State Mavericks, Temple Cherry, Kennesaw State Gold, Hawaii, Purdue, West Virginia Wesleyan, TAMU Maroon here, Fisher, Southern Miss, Bellevue, Ottawa, St. Clair, and TMU Bold. Paul, thank you for the likes, my goat. It is the time of the day, the competition that most of us have been waiting for all week. And for me, it's the happiest thing I've gotten to do here Let's see how it goes. 20 squads on the board. I asked you guys. Prediction coming to an end in about a minute here. Over under 6.0. The majority of you have no faith. You have no faith in the over. I will say this. Personally, for me, the fact that we do have the best teams all competing on that southern side means it is very likely we could potentially see some early outs here. Someone, Cumberland, KSU Black, Bellevue, Fisher, Ottawa. There's a lot going on there. My observer already circling the area because they know just as much as anyone else that we've got some other stuff going on. Anyways, a little mouse sensitivity fix there. That's crazy. Juliet, of course, Golden. Golden's playing, but welcome. Why the F did we draft there? You know, stadium's not bad, though. You only got Purdue and Tamu Maroon nearby. That's not too bad. But for Fisher Esports, the fights are a-coming. This is a squad that doesn't slow down when it comes to old labs there. Sentinel shots in the chamber for Golden, and the second one will not land the way he wants it. That's going to be Fisher, unable to find that first knock, and it is going to be minor survivability for KSU Black right now. Dom, though, still a long-range knock onto Limbox here for the Kennesaw State Owls. Fisher, well, these birds are going to take flight here, get over and across as quick as they can, and see if they can follow up on this full roster. They are already running their way out towards draft point there, and that could be University of Utah, who could gatekeep them here. The Utes are always lying in wait. Remember, though, the longer this fight takes, the more likely we have squads like Cumberland who are coming in. Aptitude Zephyr, hope you and Lewis are doing better. Thank you so much, small guy. I really do appreciate that. And, yeah, he's pulling himself together one step at a time. And who knows? May can see it. For Kennesaw, though, they get to see another life ahead here. Now, Kennesaw State Gold. This is the sister squad. Some, notably Travis's Caribbean, call them frauds. For the folks here at home, I don't think they're frauds. I think these guys are more than capable for Kennesaw State, and they got Southern Miss across from them. Zephyr, is insider trading allowed in the Zephyr cast economy? Of course. Of course. I don't even know what that means, but of course. What's wrong with Lewis? Lewis was vomiting a bunch, and he ended up having to be hospitalized for a few days. So that's kind of why I've been gone these last couple of days, taking care of Lewis, back and forth between the vet, also resting my voice after going for 22. Watch us right now. Content coming right now. Right now. Cumberland, right now. Sykin, Slasher! Slasher, get out of my chat! Wait! Slasher! I just realized who you are and why you're talking to me! Bellevue University versus frickin' Cumberland. The man himself is already knocked down. Mods, we might have to get a ban hammer on this one. God damn it. There goes Cumberland, caught out by the Bellevue Bruins. And they'll tell you what, these Bears have got claws for days. Here comes Jukesy, pump play, Sykin down. One last, and it will be Cumberland spoiled. Cumberland spoiled. We already knew they were dead. Can you believe that, folks? Up to the northwestern side. At least you killed Cheatsy. Hey, my goat Cheatsy is already back up. Gotta say, that is pretty funny. That's why you weren't able to stream PCL. Hope he's okay. Paul, I appreciate that, my man. Yeah, I hope he's okay too. He's really struggling to eat right now, and that's what worries me the most. Culture Garlic, welcome back. That's right, you're going to see some point-blank Newcastle revives, but for now, you're going to see some point-blank shots from TMU Bold, the Kennesaw State Gold roster, defending what could transform into a very good late game. We dead next, I bet I just saw your map. Yeah, Fisher, actually kind of surprisingly further away there than you think. So, want to know a fun fact about Western today? Of course I do. Hit me up. What do we got? Give me them sweet deets, baby. Locke physically can't talk, so the IGL is no calming. No idea how you guys are going to make it through the day. Chaunchi trained like a good pocket sage? What? What? What, Schmiggles? The fuck? Do you mean Paige? Are we talking about Deadlock? I'm not quite sure. Alright. Most of our squads are going to be inside the zone for now. The majority, though, West Virginia, Bellevue, Fisher, and yes, University of Hawaii, who might be taking this one and saying aloha here. Pocket Sage. Oh, fair, fair. Stay noble. Deadlock mentioned better game moment. I thought he was referencing Paige from Deadlock. That's why I got confused, because he spelled Sage wrong. He spelled both of them wrong in either case. Thank you so much for the likes, guys. I really do appreciate it. You just hit 327, which is my favorite number, personally. Well, most squads surprisingly lax in the current fights ahead here. There ain't nothing to behold. And I'm honestly kind of impressed with the quality of this lobby. This is the first time we've actually seen these squads kind of give themselves a lot of space here in zone and are appropriately defending it. Zephyr's going to drink some Coca-Cola now. Ooh. Kennesaw Black. Resort up ahead. Ottawa Braves, another team that starts very close nearby to them. There's the EMP here against Ottawa. That will push them back. For Kennesaw, though, I can't imagine this is going to be a play with it. It'll at least allow Elixirs and Kylie Monkey to get up to height here, but it's not the best of positions to truly punish out Ottawa. They are already off of the top here. Nowhere to go on the escape. Ottawa around the corner. Limbox is looking. Gas traps down, but with that zone closing in, all that we've seen here from Kennesaw Black is just more zoning. All right? Yin Yang, thank you for the follow, my man. Big appreciation. Wow. Holy shit, look at my arms. Raw. God damn. Pretty impressive. I forgot UFC dropped down to second lobby. Yeah, rough day for Calgary last weekend, so no Calgary today. Most teams, though, not a bad spot. Looks like Western Outlaws will be the next one we've seen to find a drop. UCSD Gold towards that southern side are going to face a knock on to Haddo there. Ottawa still covering this potential push play from Kennesaw Black from that low ground, guys. I think, come on. Nice cap, though. Oh, Limbox. Able to find the knock from Kindly Monkey's steal there, and up to the high ground, we will see Kennesaw Black go. Elixirs fully in suit. Kindly Monkey, whiffage. Oh, shit. That's going to be the full Thurston response. It is a 2v2 now. He might be washed to his name, but cloaked against Limbox. I cannot believe Kennesaw re-peaked that shit. What is wrong with you, brother? You already lost out on a few, and now you're down to remaining of you. Is this University of Ottawa? Yes. This Ottawa on the interior just partnered with Kansas City Pioneers. So they are now supported here by the Pioneers squad. Remember, that is the team that did in fact win last LAN or last Stage 1 finals. So definitely a good squad to watch out for. For the Bellevue University, though, they are always the ones at the face of promise. A couple of big damage from the high ground there. West Virginia Wesleyan Kaiju's getting followed up on by none other than Vattery. Of course, we've got a couple of extra beams on their way, but for the remnants of West Virginia Wesleyan, they might have already poured it out of this one with the altar here. A dip, a dive, and a lifeline to fly. UCF Knights are on that low ground. Bellevue controls the height. Full thirst for Dean PS. By the way, if you see the cheater talk, you know, take it with a grain of salt. It's true. It's also false. It's also true, but it is also false. Therefore, it's true. And I want to make this clear, though, could also be false. That being said, we do not provide any judgment on cheaters here. Zephyr does not have eyes. He only has a mouth. Of course, for West Virginia Wesleyan, Kaiju, and Fisher, they've got brains. And it's going to be ones that put them on the edge of zone there. West Virginia on their recovery. Fisher kind of just hunting shit down. This is a squad that puts bait out there and trying to see both cheating and not cheating. A roller player, hashtag silly, or / silly. Yeah, you close your eyes and open wide. Unforgivable, Matthew. Unforgivable. I'm the type of guy who keeps those eyes open. Texas A&M will be trying to take the time to control this one. Up the stairwell, they will pressure Utah back, but it is not a gentle... Not gonna say that. We'll see if Tamu can get out of that one. Bellevue University, though, they're always looking for some play here. Here comes the Bruins. Bears to the top. Can't stop making innuendos here. UCF Knights will face their first knockdown, and that'll be another heal coming their way. UCF, they are quick to try and recover, but the FaZe unable to get the teleport that matters most there. Another double knock drop, and maybe the altar port away. Bellevue, yeah, they get at least one full thirst onto the FaZe there. That will be them now gatekeeping West Virginia Wesleyan, potentially on that southern side. For KSU Black, how did we fall there? How the hell did KSU's Kindly Monkey fall? 19 squads left is still crazy. Paul, I think this is the best quality we've ever seen. They are doing the bug? All right, Frog, you're gonna have to let me in on the know. Hold on, what are they trying to do? I'm actually very concerned. What bug? Hawaii, they're defending their life against the likes of Fisher here. Slotulus has dropped down. Remember, Dom 2 cracked with the knock as well. Leaves just Golden on the other side. Gerald to launch forward here. Little leap and a half, and one good beam around the back is all he needs. 39-52, and for Fisher Esports, one final triple take shot. That will be an early exit for Fisher Esports here at the hands of Hawaii. You can alter Q into a wall inside resort, which can also, if you step back, go into the void and insta-die. Well, KSU Black, whether they're trying or not, are back into it. Ottawa still above them there. No steal on the port play. Oh, wait, it is a steal. The shitty thing is they just didn't have the autos. Looks like Bellevue's got a couple of choice knocks against each other, and it will be UCSD wiped out by Bellevue there. Kennesaw could be taking advantage for Texas A&M. We talked about their choke rush assault here. Utah just in front of them. Point blank shots extended here, and with most shields broken here for the TAMU roster, you just need a couple more. Looks like you're going to see the entirety of University of Utah finish off West Virginia Wesleyan Kaiju. Another great squad facing early exits out here. Now, if TAMU is as close as I think they are, that is a great opportunity to full thirst Utah. Problem is, they've already let Narwhal Boy come back into the play here. So instead, TAMU, gate kept now by Utah and the St. Clair Saints out there towards our northeast. Well, Ottawa Braves, full pinch play. Golden. I don't even have my sign up. Oh, shit, I forgot to put my sign up. Golden, I don't even remember where my sign is. I took it down for interviews. God, thank you so much, by the way, for the 5. Oh my God, we lost Texas A&M in the meanwhile too. Golden, come on, man, lock in. Focus on the game, brother. Either way, still, I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. Golden Imp, I'm Murder Mart, Decent C, JP Fisher Wood, a fan of U.S. Naval as well, and then Extrino. Congratulations on the subs, my goats. All right, 14 squads left here. Sadly, it will not include Ottawa or Fisher in this final endgame, so two of the biggest names that have been performing well will not be here. Squads, though, that still do remain: Bellevue, USM, both KSU Black rosters, or KSU rosters, also still ready to play this one out. 14 squads left, and we do get that bridge pull. We did just see that it is USM on top of this bridge. I sure hope it's under 6. Why you hope it's under 6, my man? How much did you put in? A couple thousand? Oh, small question to ask you guys. Should I make a points redemption for Apex coins? Hello, Wizard. And, well, maybe not goodbye to UCF Knights. The minute I say that, though, Nitfin is quick and ready to get the wipe there for the TMU Bold roster. Temple Cherry, we'll see how it goes. You'll go broke. I know some people get 6 or so more. Well, it would be a chance for like 20,000 channel points. What if I did like a % chance to get it? To get like $5 or $10 of RP. IRL gambling? Yeah, maybe. Possibly. Guys, what do you think about it? Is this a great way to retain viewership? Is to force you guys into a gambling ring? Either way, Hawaii, the benefactors of the wipe against Fisher earlier. Now, a quick reset against Banana for TMU Bold. It's a good choice knock there, but The response for the other TMU Old are struggling. A 5% chance. Maybe a little higher. 5 to like 7% chance. It would be a real wheel, by the way. Golden for Fisher's my little brother. Let's go, Golden. He's already dead. We'll see him next game, but we won't be seeing potentially University of Hawaii here. Stuck on the inside of the building. We're going to have to say aloha to these boys sometime soon there. Gerald, the last remaining member, out and over towards the side. Finds the knock on to KQL, but like I said, at a 1v2 situation, what can you do? Bellevue's got a couple of pump sprays out there over towards the edge with 10 squads remaining. Southern Miss and Purdue are in the current best positions. Augusta stuck as a solo for Kennesaw Black. They are also going to be able to defend this building walking out of the resorts area. For now, though, we look towards USM. We'll see how this goes. Up on high ground. This is a position that converts well to the drop as this goes on. Big problem, though. You've got to defend it. Temple, the first squad, they are going to have to push back here on this next assault of the zone. Simplicity was knocked, but remember, with Newcastle in play, that's not much of a knock to last for long. St. Clair Saints down below. Minnesota on the other side of the bracket. Thank you so much for the hype train, folks. And for Purdue, they really don't last long in the face of Bellevue at all. The Bruins are quick to thirst here. Waukee for a full send straight into the St. Clair, or actually Kennesaw roster. Looks like they find the final remaining member of Kennesaw Gold. And as revenge due its standard, Kennesaw Black finds the wipe onto Purdue. Hey, Mark of G, my good man, Caster Boy. How you doing, brother? Welcome to the stream. We'll say goodbye to Minnesota at the hands of KSU Black. 6 squads remaining. Southern Miss continues to defend against St. Clair now, who holds center position on the zone. Evil House, Simplicity forced to probably drop around the back, but that tells me that TMU Bold is very healthy on that low ground. St. Clair down to just one. Abezi tries to jump over the side, and instead it is going to be Southern Miss controlling high ground for now. We got USM, Bellevue, and, well, whoever the shit Bellevue's got their lines trained on right now. A couple of beams around the back here, and I mean, could be the end of them. Meanwhile, Kennesaw Black wiping out USM. It is double knock drops there for Limbox. KSU are in the lead. Couple quick heals, and they are continuing to make sure that USM cannot get this qual. It is TMU Bold versus Bellevue. Bellevue will be the winners of that one. And remember, with 3 squads remaining, we don't see this full finish against USM quickly. Bellevue gets to third party this fight successfully. I'll tell you right now, with both members, KSU Black and USM struggling here, this is looking like a Bellevue dub. It's going to take some real sanity to get them back together. Bellevue has pieced themselves, though. Whether they are in fractions, it is still going to be a Vatari knock, a dive from Limbox, a fully healthy Bellevue roster. And when you are going to be in a 3v1 advantage here for the Bruins, it's a first dub of the day. Congratulations to the Bruins. Bellevue, your game 1 winners, and it is finally an acceleration of a roster that starts to look good. I'm doing great, Mark of G. I'm better now that I'm back. You maybe joined chat earlier and then left to play that stupid game. When is my turn? All right, sweet baby. I'll be on later if you want to play some Deadlock together. Me and you. Me and you. Let's play some Deadlock. That was actually the best Lobby 1 quality ever. Well, small guy, the way you say that, let's actually take a look and see before I get beaten for leaving my friends in Discord. Okay, bye. You're not even going to leave the viewership? I've known you for like 12 years. I've known you for 12 years. This man subscribed to me and then canceled his subscription. I've known him for 12 years. Caustic will be our first ban. That being said, I asked you guys over under, and there's a 6 in there, but it's not in the right position. There it is in the 10th place, 9.69. Nice. Congratulations to the few of you that took the over on the prediction. It will be Bellevue in the lead. 33 points to their name. There's KSU Black, who do finish in second with 12 KP, respectively. Shout out to Limbox. Watch this when you get a chance, by the way. All right. I'm getting a chance right now. Is this cheating?
Where?
3,
2,
over here.
Yep.
1, 2. Look right. Kill this kid.
I don't see it. I don't see
Not
it.
with you. Not with you. Come down if you can.
I just fell on the map.
What?
What?
They're up here.
Okay.
What was that?
I have no idea.
So, not his fault. Not his fault. Also, Jesus Christ, what a fast revive.
They're definitely scared to fight us.
Yeah.
We just killed our ultra,
Yeah.
we win the game for free.
Wait, this is
All right. That was sick as fuck. That's really, really cool. Anyway, Southern Miss with 12, Team U Bowl with 11. We only got a couple of seconds here, so let's keep it on that Bellevue train. Over under 11.5 KP. Over under. Here you guys go. You've got 5 minutes on the board. Go ahead, over under. If that happened to me, I'd be mauling so bad. Honestly, Kindly Monkey was just shocked, right? You guys thought he was cheating, trying to do a little power play, a little buggy. Instead, it's none other than the man himself just being confused. And you know what? I'm surprised. I don't even think Ottawa meant to do that. Actually, I don't even know who put it down. Crypto gives you the reset. Yeah, I was about to say, that's why it was so... It was very, very quick because they have the drone there to get the reset off. But, my God. Hey! Demon Dog 81, thank you so much for the follow. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hey, Mrs. Too Dank. Good to see ya. I'd love to stay awake longer to watch, but it's 1:30 a.m. I best be getting to bed before the little ones wake up. Well, give them a hug and kiss from Zephyr. Don't tell them who Zephyr is, but give them a hug and a kiss from Zephyr. Let them be in awe of confusion when you have to explain to them who is Zephyr. And you say, well, that's Unk. And then don't explain any further. Let me become a mystical figure within your household, and whenever you give a nice gift on specifically March 27th, tell them it's Unk Zephyr Day. It can be something as simple as candy or as an ice cream, and then when they ask, what's the special treatment, Papa? You could say it's Unk Zephyr Day. Thank you, just came up with myself. Let's hop back into game 2. Haha, imagine, March 27th, why? That's just my birthday. That's my birthday. So it's also my favorite date. Papa, do we have ice cream? Well, it's Unk Zephyr Day. Who is Unk Zephyr? I don't know. I should hang myself. Fisher Esports looking for a play here onto the Old Town for now. Remember last time around, Kennesaw Black was quick to make a push out of this POI. This time around, they are just as quick. You think Banana fucks with bananas, or is he banana because he fucks with banana bread? He probably is not a fan of bananas. I guarantee you he made a random... He probably made like a random username on some like kitty game and it had banana in it and he's kept it ever since. That's why Pear has his name. Smug Pear was like his Xbox guaranteed username. I don't even think he like eats pears. Anyways, Mark G, thank you for sticking by. Love you, my man. Enjoy your rest. Johnny, if you do go bold for Zephyr, make sure you choose the right area. Thank you so much, brother. Oh my God, it's February 27th. I just realized I'm 1 month away from 25. Oh my God, I'm old.
Oh, I leveled up.
I'm old and I'm broke. Crazy how those two work together. That being said, consider subscribing. 20 squads still on the board. This time around, we are going to be making our way to Energy Bank here. Last time around, Kennesaw Black was able to get away from the likes of Fisher. This time around, though, they'll be running straight into Cumberland. Now, Bellevue did get that wipe against Cumberland, but against Kennesaw, they should have a much easier time. A knuckle cluster drop on the limb box there. Full assassination incomplete. Rest of Kennesaw stuck down below. That's got to be the dumbest dive from Elixirs I've ever seen. One remaining member for Kennesaw, and Kindly Monkey is still running this one out. I wish I was turning 25 this year. I'll be 41. That's crazy. That's all I'm gonna say. That's probably the most impolite thing I could say, but that is crazy. I can't imagine being 41. That's another 15 plus years on my life. I spent my 21st birthday scrimming. When was your birthday, Solari? By the way, University of Utah, a knock against Texas A&M, and you can see Ark already trained and ready. Up above, a knock on to the likes of one. Mobius is low. It's going to require Ark putting in some serious work, but it requires him also getting into the fight here. He's not a good close-range fighter. We'll see how this goes. Couple long-range shots in Texas A&M. Mez, well, he's already struggled in survivability. Tharquisha, though, with a knock. What are we doing? Happy late birthday, Solari. Congratulations on being 20 years old, Solari. 19. You're probably 19. Holy shit. We went from great quality to obliterating the quality. I don't know what Dom is doing, but it is once again more Sheila plays out here. Kai and Drake on the other side. And this is the man who loves what he does for a living. And you may ask, what does he do for a living? He sucks him off, boys. Anyways, that's the 2 Cracked special. Yo, Tony! Good to see you, Tony Pikachu. I remember when you were trying out for those rosters in Pro League. Fisher Esports, the full send on to West Virginia has not looked much better for him here. There we go. Finally, beams around the back. Slothula's with knock numero uno. And with Kai and Drake down, you're leaving both Dean and, well, YMV to hold down the fort here. I'm not even quite sure this is NB, albeit I see an N and a V. So, you know what? Single melee finished off. Turn those offers down to give the youngins a shot, you know? That's fair, Tony. I myself turned down multiple offers to join many a org. Just because, you know, gotta give it a fighting chance. Albeit, I'm probably like 10 years younger than you are. Bellevue looks spry in the hips with movement like that. They're further from old than any of us could be. Cumberland University knocks against them. This could be another Bellevue versus Cumberland wipe here. Vod, Jukesy, Muffin slowly closing that distance there. One good port play up to height as they will dodge out on the Sparrow ultimate for the climb. Little crack down below. Future Streams, Knuckle Cluster, you know. There we go. Couple of tickings damages into the corner. A knock on the Muffins, and that is not the best player you want to find an knock. Instead, it's Vod. Completely oblivious to Future Stream's position there. Talk about a fuck-up. Looks like Jukesy forced to rotate this one all the way back, but immediately finds that the rest of his team is gone. Now, Cumberland could port play this one in, but probably will not be following suit here. Instead, Augusta, UCF, Kennesaw, Gold, all these lovely faces and foes here in the center of Energy Bank. Remember, you can get about 5, 6, 7 squads alive and ready in this zone. You see Western Outlaws, Ottawa, Minnesota, and UCSD Gold also there as well. For Fisher Esports, though, they're going to chase down the Texas A&M reset. This squad was dropped on the choke by Purdue and Utah. Now, it's up to Ark again to try and play for recovery here. That being said, he knows he's got the likes of Fisher nearby, and he might be running into Bellevue again. Well, St. Clair Saints Green, no much better for them either. Looks like plenty of these rosters have gone from competing for space to competing for KP. I mean, we went from casual love of the zone to as aggressive as it gets. By the way, I'm dropping a very, very important trailer today after Game 3. Let me say that again because most people don't listen when I say things. I'm dropping a very important trailer today that might be Octane Collegiate related after Game 3. All right, one last time. I'm dropping a very important wink trailer today after Game 3. Guys, the LAN is in Texas. There is a LAN in Texas. It's just going to be hosted by NECC. For Fisher Esports, the follow-through on maybe this reset from Bellevue is, well, what they find for now. They could play off of that balloon, but instead it will be the full thirst against Muffins. No! Newcastle down. I just said it's Octane related. Zephyr, I think I know where the LAN is. Go ahead, small guy. Let us know. I did some detective work. Well, all right, Nancy Drew. Give it to me straight. I want to hear it. I want to hear what you think. I also want to hear if Bellevue can get away from this one because they've got the craft potential ahead, but the minute they slow down, you've got Fisher on your haunches here. Cumberland is able to survive and get themselves a nice casual reset towards that western side of zone. We'll see how it sets up. I don't want to leak in case it's right. I will. Just tell me. Small guy, just tell me. I'm just going to say no matter what. All right? No matter what you say, I'm just going to say no. Most squads are into zone here for Bellevue. They find a knock return onto Dom. It's going to be 2v2. Looks like Slothula's and Golden for now. Bellevue holding out on the building up above. Juxi, though, very low. Needs to stick this bat. Couple nade spam, and Vaught is caught out on the heady. It is an equal trade, though, for health here for the likes of Fisher Esports. Support up to high ground. Woo! Leading advantage now against Bellevue. One good drop, and this is all Fisher needs. The problem is they've lost Bellevue in the sauce here. I don't know if they will find him. For Bellevue, quick to recover on the port play. They're again going to try for the escape away. Cincy? No, it is not Cincy. I don't even know what that means. KQ all. Wow. Shit. I can't believe I'm saying this. TMU Bold just wiped out Cumberland. It might have been a third party, but I'm pretty sure that was just a straight fight there. What does that say if Cumberland is getting wiped by TMU Bold? That is double rough starts on the day for Cumberland University, and we're going to have to see how they play for the rest of the day, whether it be Olympus. I mean, that is shit for shit there for Cumberland. Cumberland not doing well. Gulp. Scully Steelers. Damn. I like that. Instead of calling some of these squads frauds, let's just start calling them scholarship Steelers. That scholarship could have gone to a better player. Oh my god, you know, that's fucking horrible. That's honestly just threatening the way it sounds. Well, University of Hawaii have already proven themselves to me today. They wiped out Fisher Esports on their holdout, and we'll see how it goes. Minnesota State Mavericks and Tamu Maroon is just ahead of them. If I could make my dream squad, Taunty is my first pick. If I could make my dream squad, who's my favorite? I'm gonna bring back Tigi. I'm gonna bring back Ty Guy. All right, that's my first pick, just so I can argue with him and yell at him. Wizard! This stream sucks. Thank you so much. There's not many people out there who can hoover like I can. 40 streams, though, does say otherwise to your theory. Now, I will say we had an aggressive start to the day, but it has slowed down here for the University of Hawaii roster, though. They might be taking us to 15 remaining. There we go. Banana knocked down from Juxi, and Bellevue's looking for the full force finish on to Hawaii. Gerald knocked out, and we'll be saying aloha to the UHE varsity roster. Ty Guy Jr. will be playing in 18 years. No, Ty Guy Jr. is going to be a linebacker. If you've seen that baby, you know he crushes hard in the paint already. He is a double dually absolute shit stomper. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. Anyways, he's jacked. His baby's jacked. Fisher Scholarship go to her students who will cure cancer, so they go 3 Apex. Hey, but Fisher wins every esports. That's all that matters. Fisher Esports, here they are. Whether you think they deserve the scholarships or not, some would say they definitely do, and I am one of those few. Looks like those Slothulas facing a knock in return, and that might be turning the narrative on its head here. If you're not good for Apex, then what are you good for? It's going to be Dom 2 cracked. Popped down there, and Fisher Esports already gone in 14th overall here. This is a struggling performance, and for TMU Bold, that is a double knock. Zephyr tried to own Fisher on Twitter. They low-key fried him. I'm not going to kid you. I did not think... I wasn't trying to own them. I just thought it was really, really funny that they qualified 3 games, and they just didn't have a qualify for that. And then they're like, yeah, we already qualified. And I was like, that's even worse. Why couldn't he have waited? Do you know how sick the graphic would have looked if it was 4 games, 4 Fishers? Breaking news, Zephyr. What's the breaking news? Sounds like actual scholarships. You guys are bad. You guys are bad. Those... Zephyr, put a word in for CSU with tempo for AWCC. There is no Alienware. There is no Alienware Collegiate Clash for the spring. I have information from the future. Well, don't share it. For Bellevue, they've got information on the Minnesota State Mavericks up on high ground. Yes, there is. No, there isn't, small guys. There's no such thing as Alienware Collegiate Clash, and I'm going to need you to shut up now. Anyways, UCSD Gold. Couple of double knock drops on the other side here. TMU Bold, a couple pump plays there against Haddo. My God, KQ All's looking good today. This is a different man. hope I'm pronouncing it right because he's showcased that he is God. A simple God in the face of all that is glory here in Collegiate. Couple big knocks, and UCSD Gold will be knocked out here as the third major drop again. Southern Miss, they might be the ones to finally put TMU Bold to rest here, but it is not after the fact that TMU Bold has proven that they are, to say something about a shit stain, but it's a struggle. Either way, Euro's going to get a drop, and they do look like shit stains. That's it for Augusta out in 8th. At least the placement is arguably pretty good. Bellevue, Purdue, Minnesota, and KSU Black. Now, KSU Black, arguably my favorite position in the fight ahead here. If these lobbies continue to collapse in on themselves, i.e. Minnesota on their way out here, this will be a potential push play from the likes of KSU up on high ground. Still, Muffins, Vod, Voddery, a jump scare from none other than Purdue Black. They're seeing a single shadow, and it is the pure black roster of the Purdue squad. That'll be Callis, Tharquisha, and Waukee getting a couple of very crucial full thirsts there. See if the rest of them may end up surviving. Kennesaw Gold is starting to pressure this from the other side. You've got the Owls from either end here. And Purdue Black will face double knocks now in the face of Kennesaw. KSU v KSU. Speed Demon, good to see you, buddy. Looks like for Purdue Black, they've gotten the reset from Tharquisha. Problem is, there's not much of a rotation out of the fight there. Voddery, though, pressures KSU Black, and that's going to give Purdue the opportunity to play this one back together. Remember, the only two squads who really aren't fighting this out is KSU and USM. Now, Meadsy will be finished off here by the Minnesota roster. 6 squads remaining here. UCF Knight was the one who picks that one off. I mean, this is Southern Miss's game to lose. UCF Knights either stuck on that low ground or just right ahead of KSU Gold here. Either way, it is going to be a very tight finish with US having the best position to just, like I said, pressure these squads down. They need to push KSU Black off of this sideline hide here. If they don't pressure them back, this becomes a fight that can be third party. That being said, Kindly Monkey with a knock on Voddery. Couple snipe in the back from Elixirs, and that will be the Black roster. Well, deleted into the shadows here. Kennesaw is going to be forced to that low ground. USM now the only team on height. A nice full finish there for KSU against Bellevue as we've got UCF and the Kennesaw Gold roster up on high here. Southern Miss, though, look at this. Land and in control here. Sheila's pumped and ready. Couple breaks against Kennesaw on the other side. The zone is not completely favorable for them yet here. Now, KSU Black, either they climb up into USM or they're going to start taking a stricter fight against the UCF Knights. Meanwhile, for the Southern Miss esports squad, couple walls down with the Rampart and maybe even the reset from Viz on this Newcastle wall, and you should be good. I mean, realistically speaking, what else can you say?
Mates, check out this way.
Well, shout out to KSU. A push goes wrong, and Kennesaw Gold, they understand how difficult it is to follow through on this final fight here, so they might even just pour it down for a couple full thirsts. Yeah, KSU drops down. It's a USM win. Congratulations to University of Southern Mississippi for finding the dub here in this game. The FaZe is down to 1, KSU Gold is down to 1, and Kennesaw, even if they reset, they're about to be obliterated. So, that'll be one long-range beam there from Zach W. Keys. And for USM, controlling the outside here makes this the easiest lickety-split fight at that. Elixir's already knocked down. A trying recovery towards the high ground here with the port play as Limbox is deleted. It's Southern Miss are happy. The FaZe 3v1. Low-key, big coverage there from the FaZe, but it doesn't matter. If you don't win, you lost in my book. That's how I trained Texas A&M Maroon. Back when I was the coach of Texas A&M Maroon, it was failure. If they didn't get first place in a match, it was complete failure. And yeah, that's my coaching scheme. Let's take a look at the scoreboard, though, while we wait. Of course, we are getting into game here in just a second. Remember, after this game, likely going to be looking at something very, very special. So, I still have the OG failure clip. Send that to me. Send that to me right now. if we didn't get first, he would beat us. How could I beat you with it? It barely exists. Let's take a look at the predictions here. Over under 11.5 for the Bellevue Bruins. Coming off of this game, I can't imagine it's going to look too hot for them. Only 8, though. Surprisingly, pretty high, even though they go out in 5th overall there. That is going to be KP that they still don't succeed with. Yeah, that's right. Zach likes a little beating. That's why he got engaged to Maddie. Anyways, Southern Mississippi leading Dubs there. 21 points, 8 KP for KSU Black in second. I already gave the under. I voted no. I already gave it away. Summary. Literally says you got him. You won 4,600 points, Zach. It literally says it. Refresh the page. KSU Black was 17, UCF Knights 13, Bellevue 12. Our overall standing now puts Bellevue still in the lead. KSU Black tied with double duo. Wow, 38. 2 second-place finishes in a row. A win seems almost inevitable for the KSU Black roster. I DM'd it on Discord. We got a couple of seconds. Let's take a walk down memory lane. A failure of the Tamu Maroon roster today. 4th place is fucking last. Holy shit, what happened to my lip? Completely destroyed my lip in this. A failure of the Tamu Maroon roster today. 4th place is fucking last. Yeah, that's about right. What in the emo hair? Did I have emo hair there? Hold on. This is the same haircut. I have the exact same haircut. It is literally, I'm not kidding you. The only difference is it's just not that long right now. This is the exact same. I'm not bald. No! Why? I can't escape it. All right. You know what? Let's go for it. Let's go for a deep dive. Am I the only one effing in chat? Real true chat. All right, Bellevue, let's take a look at the player standings here because that's really what's going to be the next bet is about. We always like to target one person, give them a little comparison here. So, who wins? We've got, in comparison, it's going to be for that kill line. I almost wrote kilos. Who wins, Juxie or Limbox in kilos, guys? You know what? Let's throw Knitfin into the mix. And yeah, let's throw Thalys. Here you guys go. Big prediction on the board. Of these 4 players, who's going to come out on top? Who's going to get the most on the kills? There you go. 5 on the board. I might have just hit the rat play of the season. Well, for the ISU farmers, that's always a good and glory thing. All right. Nice to hear from you. All right. Let's pop on over back into game here. Final game of E-District. Now on to the likes of Olympus here. Bellevue's on phase driver. Southern Misses Icarus. Ottawa's over towards Summers University. Utah's Hydroponics. Tamu. Fisher and Gardens. This is just bad here. Cumberland's all in stabilizers. Good to see you back live. Thank you so much, my man. And, hey, I hope that we all get to see Lewis back alive at some point. The saddest part about Lewis, the biggest change I've noticed with him is he's not feisty anymore. He just sleeps all the time now. He doesn't get up or chase out to the living room when I open the door towards the kitchen. He used to, like, whenever I was, like, leaving out to the kitchen, you know, he would, like, come run out the door because he was like, he wanted to escape. And so now he just sits in the same spot every day and just kind of whimpers and cries. And it's really, really upsetting. And so I hope he's okay. I think he's been slowly getting better at eating. He just needs time, I think. Ah, poor baby.
upgrade. Upgrades locked. Let's check out this area.
Future streams, a drop on to Envy for now. That'll be West Virginia as a duo. Don't know if we'll be seeing the full force send nearby Cumberland anytime soon. Does look like Bellevue, though. They got other things in store for Augusta. A couple long-range shots in southern Mississippi is going to try to follow up on that, but it's whiffage in the hand of Zach W. Keys. Augusta is wiped out here by the Bellevue Bruins up on high ground. USM now. Can they land those snipes where they count? Two of the best rosters, arguably, in this lobby. Bellevue with good starts today and looking for a continuation of their current lead. Remember, number 1 right now, Southern Miss, number 3 with 33. Bellevue going down would be the catch-up that they need. Notice I didn't say ketchup. They do not need ketchup. They have enough. I've checked their refrigerators. You would be surprised. It's a surprising amount. How much ketchup is a surprising amount? If you opened someone's refrigerator and you saw 1 ketchup bottle, you're like, no, that's not a surprising amount. Yeah, everyone kind of has like 1 ketchup bottle. You may see 2 or 3 bottles in there and you even go, you know, no big deal. It's whatever. How about, how many? When does it start getting a little concerning? 3+ and it's crazy? They might just be forgetful, though. 19 squads remaining. TMU versus Fisher. Looks like they've got themselves on a close. Oh, bad snipes, though, from Bellevue. And I think my observer's going to stick around here a little too long. There you go, yeah. We missed a couple of trades in response to each other there. Up on high ground, though, it is going to be Xylot. Trying to get the 30-30 shots. A little disconnection. Well, that's going to be the reset on to Nitfin. It's up to KQL to keep this one stable here as TMU Bold play for recovery. The same to be said as Dom 2 Cracked, of course, is going to be on that lifeline. So you know Fisher's in full force. And for TMU Bold, as good as they have been, I don't think it's going to get much better than this here. Damn, my bit rate is perfect, but Apex is struggling.
Hostile. Danger close.
Well, let's take a look. 2v2 situation. Lactose nachos, don't shit yourself. Golden with a drop onto Xylot here. And a full force send from Team U Bold against Dom 2 Cracked. Down below with the passive, but quick up with the zip line. Still a numbers advantage here. And Dom dropping the ball against Nitfen. Still, for TMU Bold, getting this escape successfully off means just being absolutely perfect here. They are on 1 tick of health, and yes, it is the single point of damage from Golden to finish the job. Big turnarounds, and now Tam and Maroon in a turnaround of their own. Mobile shield defense for Grap, but he is quickly followed up upon by Slasher. I do not know why we are Valkyrie jetpacking in the face of them. That is a guaranteed way to wipe out your health. That's it for Texas A&M Maroon as well. For Kennesaw Gold, we won't be saying goodbye to them as well. Here they come to black out the night sky. Purdue unable to find the drop there against the Golden Sunshine that is Kennesaw State. University of Utah in hydroponics. They've got a little bit of a holdout against the UCF Knights here. Looks like on the low ground, trying to run out of this one. Could be gate kept by Mez or the rest of Utah here. They do have... Oh no. Oh no, the drone found you, my boy. That's tough. Well, looks like for the UCF Knights, struggles ahead. You're the last remaining member and already ticking out to that zone. Narwhal Boy is going to get full thirsted, but it is at the hands of Hawaii. Soteria, I don't know if OI is actively here. OI will be here after this game when I reveal a very big announcement. All right, University of Utah down as a duo. Bless I didn't miss it. Yeah, no, it's coming up after this game, and then you guys can all leave. Any leakers? So far, I will say this right now, so far nobody has gotten it right. I'm not even kidding you. I'm honestly impressed we've gone this long with so many wrong guesses. Because I know someone's eventually going to fib, but nobody has gotten the location right. So, when I reveal it's Detroit, Don't be surprised. I guess Kansas. You'll just have to wait till after this game, folks. And you're going to have to wait through Bonsai for now. I guess Zephyr's house. That's right, 60 PCs. There's not even enough room for 60 PCs in here. It's Detroit. It might be. Oh my way. Schmalls shot in the booty hole. Purdue Black and Temple Cherry. They're going to get caught out on the edges of zone here. 15 squads remaining. UCSD Gold. Remember, they could follow this up against the likes of Minnesota, who are currently facing further knocks down at the hands of University of Hawaii here. I mean, that is a trouble. I'd host a LAN, but I'm scared of the collective smell. I will say Apex players don't smell that bad in Collegiate. I can tell you the players that do smell bad, and it rhymes with rash. Because that's what they have. Anyways, knocks on to Enlighten there is Kennesaw with another drop against them. Fisher Esports. We saw quite a flavorful exchange between TMU Bold, but we'll see if anyone's got the spice to put them away. A quick slide in from Golden, and the Kingfishers are easy at picking up smells. Dash smells bad? I didn't say. It's a game. It's a game. Land in Germany. That's right. We're going back one more time to London, folks. We're going back to Birmingham. We're going back to the Copper Box Arena for the 4th time. Who's ready? Oh, I'm surprised Minnesota survived. UCSD, Ottawa, Southern Mississippi, and the rest all very, very close here. Misplaced, I'll leak for 5. That's crazy, bro. LAN is in Israel. LAN is in Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv. I didn't know R6 rhymes with rash. True. Real. Well, at least for now, just to talk about the game a little bit, the eastern side of zone where we got the little height coming into the phase area, you get a little bit more control in how you approach your play in here. So, Southern Miss, KSU Black, arguably in a better spot. For Fisher Esports, they understand that they've had a couple of rough quenches and quelches to their start, and now need to be picking up KP where they can find it. See how this goes. Moscow 2026. That would be rough. Guys, let's host LAN in OI's backyard. He doesn't have a backyard, but we can make one wherever he goes. All right, no PCs. Instead, we're going to bring a bunch of paintball guns, and we're just going to shoot each other. Cumberland University. Oh! They do face a drop, though, with future streams. The beam from up above, though, will punish Kennesaw Black back. Here we go. Sparrow's ultimates to make sure they can't get that reset completely the way they want to. Instead, future streams naded on the other side. Kennesaw here, Limbox peeking. One good beam is all they need. From up on high, though, Zach W. Keys holding on for dear life onto controlling both of these rosters now. Cumberland and Kennesaw. Slasher running for the hills as Slasher typically does, and is instead sniped out by Phallus here. Now for Kennesaw Black, I doubt they were able to get the reset off on their one. So for Southern Mississippi, the only saving grace against Kennesaw is the fact that they want to play more in zone. That means Kennesaw Black will be able to play for recoveries. Bellevue now looking for this alternative rotate over towards the side, but instead, shot in the back. We'll see how this goes. My wife is potty training Finn, and I'm sewing a Cumberland Deaf. Looks like both, if us are watching someone shit the bed. Godzilla has died. I'm not going to try to read it again. I give up. Just like I'm not going to try to pray for Utah here. One remaining member is Hawaii will put them down in the dirt. Kindly Monkey has already said oops in chat, which tells us that Kennesaw Black may already be dead here. A couple long-range snipes coming through from Minnesota over towards that high ground. And I guarantee you, the USMV, yes, Kindly Monkey knock, and the rest of Kennesaw aren't long for this world. Limbach shot in the booty hole, and it's a struggle every day of the week for this man. 146 for the Western Outlaws. Very good. My wife is potty training Finn. I'm seeing a Cumberland death. Looks like both of us are watching someone shit the bed. Rest in peace, Cumberland, and God bless to Finn. Congratulations on your baby's working butthole. These are important things in life. Lewis didn't have a working butthole for like 2 weeks. It was awful. Woo! West Virginia Wesleyan. Let's see how this one goes. Scanned around the back, and you're kind of... I don't want to say fucked, but you're kind of fucked. No EMP on the beamage, but you've already lost all of your health here. So, for Fisher, this is just quick cleanup. That's be Kine and Dean PS down. Shield swap says the port play for YMV will get them to safety, but the full burn on the other side says that will be it for Fisher. A dive around the back, and this just might be more KP out ahead of them. Remember, University of Hawaii is the only team playing this eastern side. So, if Fisher can close the gap successfully and they don't get dropped by Minnesota, I mean, we'll see how it goes. Southern Mississippi also flying around the back there, so that will stop Fisher in their tracks from playing this one out.
Let's go this way.
UCSD Gold wiped out by Ottawa, and we do genuinely have some of the best players in here. Excited announcement? Absolutely. Oh, did Octane drop it? They might have dropped it. Oh, no. Oh, did it 5 minutes on your stream? Okay, so they're making me announce it. All right, OI's making me announce it. Hopefully you guys enjoy, because in 5 minutes, we'll be dropping hot bangers. For now, though, Southern Mississippi, they're dropping hot stinkers here against University of Hawaii. Double duo to the trio here. A mobile shield push play against Gerald for the knock, but the follow through from University of Southern Mississippi says, that'll be Hawaii down to one remaining member, one final dive, and one last beam, as we say, like I always like to say, aloha to the likes of Hawaii. 7 squads remaining, 3 for everybody. Western Outlaws now versus St. Clair. Some Canada on Canada violence. Let's see how it goes. I love you too, Jelly, but you know what? I love seeing a couple of beams here from St. Clair Saints. That'll be Western with a drop of 1. Beams around the back, and here comes Fisher Esports to pick up easy cleanup where they find it best. Couple full thirst there as Fisher gets the knock. Western Outlaws down, done, and dusted. St. Clair, though, might become the next position for the likes of Fisher here. That being said, though, if they push this badly, yeah, Bellevue is already on this other side, starting the knock on to Lucky here. So Fisher understands if they get into this, that is going to be the knock of a lifetime. Couple thermites and a nade. Rusty G and a Bezzy ticking here on the stairwell. Bellevue on the inside, trying to break through the door. My only question is, where is Fisher right now? St. Clair, not long for this world. The door is down. Bellevue nades are crowned. Another beam, a knock onto Rusty, a full send, and that'll be it for the St. Clair Saints. Bellevue, Fisher, Minnesota, Ottawa, and Southern Mississippi. If I could give you a better top 5, I would trade Minnesota with Kennesaw Black. But you know what? That's just honesty. Anyways, they're all pretty damn good, though. Here we go. Southern Mississippi, they have arguably some of the better space to work within this choke, but right now are held out by the Mavericks. While they do call this next zone home, coming through from the other side, you've got the entire face of teams like Fisher, Bellevue, and Ottawa, who could look for pressure. Fisher, Bellevue via each other. Ottawa inside the phase driver. Bellevue, pressure for now. Let's see how this goes. Scans around the back here against Bellevue. That will push Fisher down. By the way, literally everybody is talking who is already might be or could be dead. Good to see you, Dom. Hopefully you win this game. I don't know. Double knocks against Ottawa, by the way. So, down to one remaining member. Quick revives coming through there, but Bellevue is going to be holding on for dear life. Might be either a holdout by MSU or a full thirst on the other end. Final beams from Bellevue, though, seem to be the key there. And I think Muffins, I don't know if that was a necessary castle wall there. That is now no longer available. And, well, with a couple snipe plays from Minnesota Mavericks, Bellevue could be wiped out by a pinch play from Minnesota and Fisher. This could open up USM for another dub here into Game 3. It isn't going to be the full wipe, though. Minnesota take their time. They only extend the 1 out and over towards the side here. Schmalz, Speed Demon, and Meadsy looking for their own exchange. We'll see how this goes. Fisher Esports there. Taken low as well. Zach Debicki's holding on for dear life now. The choke that has given them so much life here will become their coffin. Remember, as this zone pulls in about 40 seconds, everybody's eyes are on University of Southern Mississippi. Hell, they're already on him. Meadsy with a knock of 1. Minnesota still holding out what could be. Fisher rotates from behind, or Bellevue knocks to survive. Vattery down here. Muffins, another to follow suit. 1 remaining in Jukesy, but wiped out for the finish. Slothulus is down below, and Southern Mississippi have been granted a position in the zone here. A wrap behind Fisher as Minnesota are trying to pinch this just as well. The Mavericks scanned back as Fisher still takes a knockdown. It is Dom, your lifeline, who you never want it more. Fisher Esports trying to get a couple of trades against Minnesota. If they face a couple of knocks here, this is looking like a Southern Mississippi dub. With 1 remaining member in Slothulus, the University of Southern Mississippi take their 2nd dub of the day. All right. Congratulations to Southern Miss.
We have our Apex champion.
Are y'all ready? Who's ready? Who is ready? Here we go. Not me. Give me 2 seconds, please. All right. 1, 2. All right, he's ready. We got a game recap. 5 squads left if you wait a second in lobby 2. All right, we'll wait for lobby 2 then. Just because, yeah. Are you ready for tomorrow, Zephyr? I am. We got finals tomorrow for College Apex. I'm very excited. Zephyr. Yes. There better be some sick announcement video. There might be. Sadly, I can't full screen it, but yeah. Did you see the drama in NECC? I did not. Show them the schedule of Collegiate Apex you sent me while we wait. Huh? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, big boy? All I see is you begging me to change your flight. We're going to wait for the next, the lobby to finish up here before Kuzer will let me know. But when that finishes, we will reveal this. No, I'm not releasing that info. Never mind. Bellevue will jump into the lead, but Southern Mississippi with 2 dubs on the day are very close. The biggest difference is going to be 39 KP for Bellevue there. I asked you guys before this game who would be coming out on top of the predictions. I asked you between Jukesy, Limbox, Nitfin, and Thallus. And from the top of the board, we've got Thallus with 5. He is going to be the decision maker here. Breaks that one up. 2K awarded to whoever picked Thallus. Make another butthole joke. We love those. Do you love when I say someone shot in the butthole? Because that honestly does get me pretty good. So TLDR, we had a draft yesterday for finals, but they only did the ping 1/2 hour before, so we're redoing draft tomorrow. Wait, what was the poll? It was a prediction. The prediction was who would get the most KP or kills in this game. And so Thallus was the winner of that. And yes, Limbox, you were on it. So tough to say. After community vote time for draft, they didn't confirm what time. Oh, that's so rough. Well, little details, folks. Little details. By the way, I'm going to set up the prediction now. Oh, I said there's an announcement. There is an announcement. We're waiting for Lobby 2 to finish Baltica, as told by Kuzer. Hurry it up, buddy. Tell Kuzer. Tell Lobby 2 to hurry it up. All right. Lobby 2's done. Lobby 2's done. Go. All right, folks. Ads. All right. We'll wait through the ads. Should have subbed. Quickly, everybody sub. Everybody, you have to sub. Guys, you got to sub. Shut the subs. The ads hit right at the nick of time. Let me make sure it pulls up here. Oh my gosh, Jelly! What a sub! What a sub! 50 seconds. Viking Cap, what a sub! Get your subs in here. Thank you so much for the subs. This is the greatest way to get subs ever. Torturing them. I subbed too. Doesn't say he subbed Group T. All right. 35 seconds. What if I was just like really mean and just like,
Yo, push.
what if I just said some like screwy shit and just did this? I saw it. No, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Shh. I'm just here for the subs. Thank you so much, Viking Cap. Blank M8. There we go, Group T. Fishy. Thank you so much for the subs. All right, let's run it. I'm pretty sure. Huge announcement just to get with 3 ads. Is everyone here? It is in Nova Scotia, by the way. You guys are right. Get ready to travel to Canada. Ads over? All right. Ads are over.
Push them, Zeph. Push them.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm not winning this. Face me.
Don't worry, I clutch.
Caden, with shots like that, there is no way you're doing well in Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
All right, we're going to Cincinnati. Only in Ohio. It's always been Ohio. It always was Ohio. Start this next fucking lobby as soon as possible. I'm on a 5-minute delay. May 2nd and 3rd. That's right. IEM Dallas is May 1st through 3rd. Ain't nobody going. It's tough luck, bro. You either want that 5K prizing or you don't. All right. You either make your way there or you don't. Queen City Championship will be out there, hosted, of course, by the University of Cincinnati's Esports Innovation Lab. So, wait, back-to-back lands is insane. That's right. If you guys have been paying attention, if you guys have been keeping your eyes out, if you are participating also in College Apex, that'll be San Antonio and Cincinnati, Ohio. So, there you guys go. Check this shit out, too. Look at this. Look how pretty it is. Queen City, bro. There you go. They got so many chairs and shit. Talk about all the chairs. They got so many screens and stuff. That's right. I hope to see you guys there. There probably will not be a watch party for the event, but I will be there physically. How do you qualify for this? You have to be a college player. Are you not a college player? Are you a stinky not college player? Haha, everyone laugh at them. Oh, retweet? Oh, is it time to retweet? Someone hit a Reddit post for this? Yeah, someone post this. Someone post this on Reddit. That'd be hilarious. All right, here you guys go. You guys ever want to see me write a tweet? Games are starting, so we're 5 minutes away from game number 4. As Zephyr is going to do this. Peak viewership. Hey, OI gives me the announcement opportunity, and there we go. More than panic right now? No fucking way, bro. No way. Will it be team, pass, or qualify for? It's qualify. You have to qualify based off of these splits. Anyways, like, quote, tweet. It's always been Ohio, baby. Don't judge my shite acting skills. You're allowed to judge my shite shooting skills, though. There you guys go. All right. So, I'll see you guys in Cincinnati May 2nd through 3rd, but You got to make your way through Octane. All right? GG. Paul, thank you so much, by the way. That 1 cent is the difference maker every day of the week. Can I come even if I don't qual? Of course. Why would spectators not be allowed to come? Spectators are always allowed to come. You know? For the first time ever, Octane Collegiate will hold the best collegiate Apex team together on land battle for the crown. We'll share details regarding land schedule, championship for line service, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I want to meet my favorite bald streamer IRL. Sleep King 97, good to see ya. $350? What the fuck does that mean? All right. Anyways, back to the overall games. If you guys have any more questions, shoot them towards OI or at least towards myself. I can answer some of the information that you guys will see at LAN. It is going to be dedicated to champs for this season. So depending on how you perform going into the playoffs, you're either there or you're not there, is what I'm going to say right now. So if you are a top 20 team and you are invited to LAN, that's how it works. All right. I do not know how they will fill it in for the rest of the squads. I assume it will be based off of performance. But why did they decide to do it on a finals week? If you really want the answer there, I have not been told this by OY, but I can definitely make a guess. Is it top 20 or top 30? It was top 30? I think it's top 30, sorry. Top 30, because there's going to be a group stage and finals at LAN. So 30 teams, not 20. That being said, there are only so many slots available on the weekends for what EA allows in terms of what is an available LAN opportunity for, you know, blah, blah, blah schools. Who on top overall? Bellevue. Sorry, I'm making a prediction. Southern Miss. There you guys go. Try not to schedule during finals. Yeah, either, I'll say this, Matthew, either you schedule so early that you have to run your split insanely fast, or you schedule so late most universities are done, which that can get really, really hairy, especially with the faculty-based universities that can no longer support their players during that time period. So you have like 4 weekends to choose from. You're never going to avoid everyone's spring break. You're never going to avoid everyone's finals. It's just how it goes. What's up, Pear? Chat, here you guys go. We're about to hop in game, but it's none other than a guest star from Pear. Hold on. Let me turn down my brightness. I don't think they can hear you. Okay. Solid. Solid. Anything else left to share with the class, Pear? Yeah! Yeah. All right. Good man. I'll see you soon, baby. Yeah. Okay. Let's pop back into game here shortly. We're going to rip this one. 3 more games left to go for Premiere today. I asked you guys on the prediction, Bellevue, Southern Mississippi. The majority of you are picking, they're picking the Bellevue overall. Now remember, Caustic, Alter, Newcastle. No Newcastle. How long has it been since we've actually seen a Newcastle ban? I swear to God, we avoid that Newcastle 90% of the time on ban structure. Somehow, some way, it just manages to slip by. A Newcastle ban has officially arrived here for arguably, I think, the first time in Upper Lobby Premiere. So, double safety is gone. That doesn't mean teams like Fisher don't get their lifeline, but quick reset potential is no longer on the docket for some of these squads here. It's tough to say. By the way, while I have my fan favorite viewers that do stick around, what was I thinking of? This is a genuine conversation I was having. Jayhawk thinks this is dumb. Jumbo's all for it. So let's start there. Jayhawk thinks it's dumb. Jumbo thinks it's great. I want to give like 20,000 channel points. For 20,000 channel points, I have a big-ass wheel behind me, right? Huge wheel. And I spin it behind me, okay? I spin that shit. If you land on the right spot, you get RP coins. 20,000 channel points. What are we thinking? Spin on it? Like, would that be something... Well, you should check out Check Choice because I don't know if that's allowed. People do giveaways all the time. That's just essentially a giveaway. What else is on the wheel? Good question. I don't know. I could put other stuff on the wheel too. I could give away plushies because I have so many of them. So many Apex Nessie plushies. That'd be really cool, honestly. Because, like, I want to, like... I'm trying to think of a way. This is because, no offense to the teams here, there's a lot of days that we watch Collegiate Apex, and it's not fun, right? Like, there's just a lot of days where it's just, like, nothing is happening. And so I have this idea where it's like, okay, for a small trade of your attention, you can spin a wheel and potentially win some prizes. It's not a guarantee, right? But it is like a decently high chance, like 10%, right? So there's a 1 in 10 chance for 20,000 points you win a prize. No? Yes? Would that keep you around? Would that just like keep the stream chugging every once in a while? Gambling? It is gambling. You feel I gotta go back and watch Kamal's? It's true. West Virginia Wesleyan, a drop against them, and they've arguably lost out on Envy already. This is going to be Dean PS and Kyan Drake up on high ground here for West Virginia Wesleyan Kaiju. Sheila makes short work of the Trident, but not enough there. Finally, Burns on the backside. Big damage down, but still not the knocks they need for full. Sykin for the dive, and problem is Sykin is not good enough to win that fight. That is the worst of the 3 you could have had alive to try and win that 1v1. Congratulations to West Virginia Wesleyan. Ace Madi, or Ace Madi, thank you so much for the follow. 19 squads remaining. Temple Cherry on the inside for now. Looks like Kennesaw kind of pressuring him back for a little bit here. We'll see how they end up. Elsai? What does that even mean? UCF Knights, Hammond Labs here. You're sniped back for the time being. 10 health to their name. And the Dade, oh so just a little too far there. The Minnesota State Mavericks could drop them. Ottawa Braves going to get wiped out by Fisher in the meanwhile. It was barely a wipe. It was instantaneous. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, taking a lot longer on this fight than I'd like. Remember, teams can pop into the turbine at any given point here. For Minnesota, kind of dog shit on that trade. So that's not going to be the wipe for either of them. Instead, KSU Black working their way out from the turbine. UCSD Gold up above, and Temple Cherry rotating in from the other side. I like Western Outlaws, Augusta, and Fisher's play over towards the eastern edge, guys. I think they walk this one in from high ground. You get to decide how you played into the Hammond area. And, yeah. UCF Knights, they hold themselves in a host of home down below. This is a very, very hard place to get out of. And while it will contest for now, I'm once again worried for teams like Purdue, Bellevue, or KSU Black potentially also getting involved here. UCSD Gold, that can only be Bellevue ahead of them. Delay? Ace, I am on a 5-minute delay. So what has already taken place took place 5 minutes ago. It is for the sake of competitive integrity. I myself am not personally on delay. So if I don't, by the way, if you don't see me respond immediately, it's probably because I'm casting. That's really how it goes. I cannot believe these two teams have been permitted to fight for as long as they have. All right? I swear, the minute this breaks out into a legitimate fight between Minnesota and UCF, which is going to take 9 years, it's going to end up in instant destruction. Now, KSU Gold, They're going to get pressured back there. KSU Black, sister v sister here. Tia and Tamara fighting again on the low ground there. UCSD Gold will continue to hold off Bellevue as there's the port play up to high ground here. No kidnap, but maybe a rotation for Bellevue. Immediately, Hatto is low. Lucian is following through and immediately finds themselves caught out here. That's going to be the full send from Vatari. Bellevue with knock numero uno down to the low ground. A chase with a 99 makes short work of one, but it can't find two. Muffins. There you go. Dive to the deeps. 45 primed and ready. A knockdown shield. Unable to find much more safety than that. Vod. A quick revive. This Muffins, by the way, no Newcastle means someone has to be on quick reset there. So Muffins is playing Lifeline. For Fisher Esports, this is not a fight. This is simply destruction. For the end of this roster, Augusta are the ones who find themselves at the face of Fisher here. And like I said, I like their position from the eastern edge. But the problem is when you've got this trained and ready from Fisher, you're basically begging for the sweet release of death. Now, USM, that's a different story. Shout out to Minnesota. They do finish that fight against UCF in the laboratory there. There's going to be Dom. Resets available, but Sloth is going to be full thirsted. Southern Mississippi now, 2v3. Here we go. Zach, W Keys, and the rest here. They've got central position, 360 over towards the depot to get a reset off. Meanwhile, Western Outlaws shooting what I can only assume is the runaway from Fisher Esports. They're going to try to play this one out through the Gardens area to play for reset. For now, Western Outlaws, they'll hold on to height there, but what the fuck is his name? It's Lock, Sanity, and Pain, but what the fuck did he rename himself to? Lord Gooby? I'm not playing that shit today.
Enemy spotted.
OI's ban that guy. OI's, can we get a Western Outlaws ban in real time? Purdue Blacks are here to destroy the brightness that is gold. This is a roster that can squander the light from any situation. Your hopes, your prayers, your defeat here. For West Virginia, though, they're also in the storyline ahead here. Big beams around the back, and that will be another follow-through against the KSU Gold roster. No Purdue Black to be seen, but I'll take a Kaiju as they beam. Texas A&M, though, they catch the other rush on this side. Double knocks for Tamu, and it's grabbed with a wipe on to Kai and Drake here. Envy is low, but it's a drop in return. 2v2 situation for the Aggies. Another nice pressure then from Arc. Steps up from the ceiling of the shield. Meanwhile, TMU Bold trying to cover the distances. No U is shot from TMU Bold on the other side. Texas A&M down to one remaining member here on the pinch play. And I don't even know if West Virginia are still around. Looks like Evil Howl will be the one that lays Texas A&M to rest. Purdue Black, though, they are lying in wait. They hear the shots for so long, and they finally get involved. TMU's going to try to finish this one off, but the minute they take you all steps outside, he runs right into the Boilermakers there. Minnesota, they're even putting it a couple of shots from afar. Now, Xylit will get that knock onto Tarquisha. I don't know what Bellevue is doing, but they're holding off KSU Black here. Teams like Fisher, Southern Mississippi, edge of zone there. Southern Mississippi, chase play available. Trident v Trident. F1 mano y mano. Trying to get this one through the chokes that be. That Trident is not long for this world. A dive off from USM here. And for Fisher Esports, you just simply can't survive. That'll be it for Golden and Dom to practice. Fisher are done in 12th here. USM. Quick follow through from the eastern edge of Gardens, and they will take us down to almost our top 10 finish here. Not much to say, my sign just fell down. Western Outlaws, one of the better positions in this zone. It is not often that we see this kind of work its way back in over towards Hammond, but it will this time. Still, that high ground over towards the Rift can be one of the better heights to play into. For West Virginia Wesleyan Kaiju, they're playing into a safety of success. Nipfin is caught out here, solo and alone, and for the Kaijus who have just recovered, they're going to maybe find KQ as well. Looks like separated again for TMU Bold. Their positioning will be the bearer of bad news. 2 seconds on that zone close, 11 squads remaining here. Beams on either side, and with the rampart walls to boot, no one is pressuring West Virginia. Zephyr, some teams are very unhappy we are using a car. What did that smoke after that video you posted? Oh, I took the wrong fuse, I took the wrong fuse ability. Anyways. You should look in trash talk. I might take a little peruse into trash talk. I might take a little peruse into trash talk. Nothing's happening. Oh, Jesus Christ. What am I looking at?
We should go there.
Magic Trickster is upset. You guys are all bitches and losers. No one will ever love you. Damn. Trash talk's looking pretty good. Case, you black ain't looking much better. Finished off in pieces there, mostly at the hands of Bellevue. They've got their own height to work with. Oh, man. TMU Bold, West Virginia. What can we truly say? The three-piece here, as good as this holdout has been, I worry for their further rotation. They've taken their time. The gravity engine is coming to their final moments. The Western Outlaws will hold that choke. Meanwhile, Southern Mississippi finally rising to the high ground of the Rift exit here. I mean, whoever sits on the other side is dead, folks. St. Clair Saints, it's been a pleasure watching you guys play for this long. You're dead now. You chose to be against the wrong team, which means you're dead. It's always a shame to be in a situation where you think you're holding someone out, but the reality is you're picking the color for your coffin. For the St. Clair Saints, it could be gold, it could be green, it doesn't matter. What does it mean? Lucky, Abezi, Rusty G, they'll try to pressure USM back, but one bad peek from any one of them here, and this will be death. I'm expecting a 4K from Zach with infinite G7 ammo. Yeah. TMU Bold will wipe out Temple Cherry on that choke there. And the Western Outlaws, like I said, are quick to finish the job as well. Oh, look! Zach W. Keys with knock number 1. And I hope they took the time to polish the coffin, guys. I really do. I mean, it's such a shame. Lucky is the last remaining member, but probably should change his name to Unlucky at this point, because this is kind of how it ended up. Down to just 50 health remaining, able to find a battery for now, but no time whatsoever to get a heal off. Instead, it is West Virginia Wesleyan with a knock from afar. Southern Miss, again, stunted in what should be their recovery. Still, Lucky running this one out, and West Virginia Wesleyan coming on in will find a couple of those extra full thirsts against the rest of the SCC roster. Lucky down to one remaining member, as we'll see if USM are able to play for reset. Teams like Augusta and Minnesota on the inside of Hammonds for so long here. That high ground space that we saw from USM is about to become absolutely critical for this end game. West Virginia are so split. Why are West Virginia so split here? You know a full team just wiped you. Please go return to your team. Go join them. Go back. You had a chance. You squandered it. 115, Bellevue University on the low ground. They've got about as uphill of a battle as you could ever imagine in a couple of these. Small guy said, a singular frog, I'm tired of your shit. You fucking suck. Fuck you. I don't even know if that's like a real trash talk thing. I don't know if Small Guy is memeing or if he actually believes that. That's tough. Bellevue will get shot out from high as TMU Bold faces knock numero uno here. I mean, they are arguably in one of the worst positions. Bellevue will be able to get into zone, but I can imagine they'll just turn right bound. I'd sleep Singer Frog given the chance. Okay. Good to hear. Good to hear. Bellevue University, TMU Bold is not beating Bellevue. One remaining member down. That's it. I mean, I don't think any of them are actually beefing Coach Squid. They're just screwing around. I mean, this is high ground win. I love Minnesota. I love Augusta. I love Bellevue here, but whoever either third parties the high ground or doesn't get absolutely obliterated on the climb up. That's the only other exchange I can think of. Because right now you have Zach W. Keys sitting with an infinite G7 scout, and the rest of Southern Mississippi in the best position of zone. It would take one very bad peak for it all come to an end there. Now, Bellevue will wipe out West Virginia Wesleyan. In Southern Mississippi, they've got split attention. That is the only saving grace for any of these rosters right now. USM cannot hold out everybody, okay? Maybe a climb up from the side from Augusta. We'll see. Augusta here. One take against the other end of Minnesota. Toasted grilled, burned to a single tick above. And already you have Southern Mississippi from high ground doing what they do best, ruining the chance to survive here. It's not much better for the likes of Minnesota, though. Already ticking down on their low ground. Bellevue, they're going to force themselves up and over towards that choke. Shout out to St. Clair. They did try to at least get their member back alive. The ratting down on the low ground has been excellent. So, realistically, this is a fight between Bellevue, Minnesota, and USM. USM are looking for their third dub of the day. This is the best performance we have ever seen out of USM in this lobby. Bellevue has been in first, but with a potential dub on their belt again. This is looking like it could be another pickup for USM. Minnesota, they'll land right in the face of Bellevue there. And if Bellevue and Minnesota trade this out just like last game, this will be it. Val's with a knock on to Schmalls. Muffins with a return, though, on to Zach W. Keys. Bellevue is the only full health team. Southern Miss still holds high ground as Meadsy and the Minnesota State Mavericks will get knocked out here. And in a choice of fighting this one out, Bellevue has the man-on-man advantage. Shout out to USM. They play a good game, but they made a dumb decision. Congratulations to Bellevue here. One last final wipe, and that will be all said and done. Congratulations to Bellevue. I mean, all USM had to do there is just make sure they don't climb up. That's all they had to do. All USM had to do is just make sure neither of the teams climb up. Don't overextend all the way over towards the eastern side like a complete doofus, and you're good. Instead, they make dumb decisions and they lose what could have been a guaranteed win for them. So, let's take a look at the scoreboard. I asked you guys going into that one, who would come out on top of the overall? Would it be Southern Mississippi? Would it be Bellevue? It might have come down to that final fight there, because with one quick refresh, we see that Bellevue has handedly defended their top position there. Southern Mississippi, they missed out on not just that final fight and those KP, which could have guaranteed them the extra 6 points they needed to close the gap there. But instead, it allows Bellevue to continue to balloon. So now, double dubs on the day for Bellevue and Southern Mississippi here. 89-76. KSU Black, Fisher, TMU Bold, and Minnesota are the next closest four, but it really ain't that close. KSU Black had a good start, but they have slowly fallen off. Double 11th place finishes. Fisher's KP has been middling, 19 coming out of that game 3, but realistically, not as explosive as we're used to. It's a great turnaround for TMU Bold for all days here. This is the best performance they've ever had. And you know what? Mavericks look good. Utah looks good today. TAMU looks good. But the problem is we're talking about 16 and 18 points going into our final two games of the day. Those two games will be hosted on World's Edge here. I'm going to ask you guys this prediction. It was Bellevue who comes out on top. Now I ask you guys about the dub. Who wins? Will it be Bellevue? Will it be Southern Miss? Or potentially, for the first time going into game time, game 5, will it be someone else? 5 minutes on the board. Bellevue, Southern Miss, or someone else. This is arguably one of the easiest someone else's I've ever put up. But with only 2 dubs being found from Bellevue and Southern Mississippi today, there is a chance that they walk out with another dub. Fishes came down since they couldn't wipe ISU last game. Huh? What are you talking about? ISU ain't even in here. Our next game is going to start very shortly, so very quickly, let's check the lower lobby, because that is where Fisher or the Farmers are currently at. Huh. Yeah, no idea what Nardcore is saying. Anyways, Calgary is in the lead right now, primarily by their KP. They are a roster I was shocked to see drop down to the lower lobby here. Shout out to the farmers, though. The man himself, who does pester my chat, not Koryu, is here with Group T and Kamal for a second place. There's University of Alabama behind them, arguably in one of the greatest performances I've ever seen out of them. A great day for UT Orange as well. Streets are saying ASU's making a legacy run to qualify for LAN. What, from not playing today? Is that... They're not playing today, are they? ACU doesn't even play. All my homies hate Koryu. So true. So true. They're in contenders. You're right. They are that bad. Dead last in contenders, by the way. That is also the fault of ACU not showing up to a single match day. So what can we really say about that? All right. Let's pop back into game. None other than World's Edge here. The penultimate. Wait, I lied. There's second last. UGA sucks more. There's a reason why I put UGA so low on my list. Nah, T-Dobbs. Cook or cock? That's... Johnny, no matter what you said there, both of those sentences are not good choices. T-Dobbs neither cooks nor does cock. I don't want to know what we're going with there. We got a far northern pole, so look towards Survey Camp or our friends towards Climatizer. It's not as deep, so maybe we've got that finish towards the western side of Epicenter. Okay, well, you guys keep not spelling here. 2 minutes on the prediction. Not a single person has picked Southern Mississippi. The majority are putting your money on someone else. There isn't a single person has any faith on Southern Mississippi. I remind you guys, Southern Mississippi, just 10 points, and you could be walking away with a ludicrous amount there. There we go. There we go. There's some money. Money on the board. Points to work with. I'll put my remaining points on USM. I respect that, small guy. I now have 12. Hey, you know what they say? Big whammies, no bucks. Big whammies, no bucks. Wait. Fuck. That's not what they say. No whammies, big bucks. No whammies, big bucks. I can't bet. That's fair, Theozen. Well, KSU Gold, after toying what is this position of Fisher, face knock numero uno at the hands of Golden here. That could turn into knock numero dos, and whatever the pronunciation of 3 is in Spanish. Kanji character and Rect Emporium, doubting as duos, running all the way into Skyhook. They might actually just be straight up wiped by Cumberland here in a second. Trace, you ruined the joke, small guy. You ruined the joke. Looks like for the University of Utah, they're not much better themselves here. Already losing for one. The Utes. What could we say about the Utah Utes other than, oh shit. All right. I don't know, man. Couldn't pronounce whatever the city's name that you've just written down is. True. True. W will lead for now, but Vaudry takes a knock in return. A 1v1 situation for Narwhal Boy, and this is tough. Oh! 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 All right. Little sticky. I'm touching myself right now. You have no idea. There's a reason why my hands are off camera. J. Lou's. Or J. Lou. Thank you so much for the follow, Big J. And Tigi. Are you guys together right now? Are you guys doing some poker tonight? My bad, bro. I ain't realized I never followed. You never have to apologize. You only have to apologize for not subscribing, okay? No. Future streams there. Gerald, a knock against them. Cumberland, though, Slasher will be picked up in response. So, a 2v2 on either side. Oh. burns out the edge of the Sparrow ultimate. Future streams and them sticking the revive here. Slasher will be back in the fight. 2v3 scenarios ahead. That was a risky Valkyrie ultimate. It might lead to Syken getting the jump on this one. Double Dochi. That's tough. Yes, look at Crew VC come after this. Like after I stream today or after this game? Ah, Syken. We got to work on this. That's tough. That is tough. Well, UHE still. They're actually now going to find the advantage. A full thirst onto Syken. Future streams is still in the equation, though. So, this isn't a complete loss for Cumberland yet. Albeit, Hawaii has shown out in a way today that looks absolutely excellent. Big problems, though. Fisher. It's so hard to keep enthusiasm up for some of these rosters because you literally have coughing baby versus nuclear bomb, you know? It's such a struggle. It's like, oh no, you guys have played so well. Anyways, like how do you speak into the existence? Because like here they scurry, here they run. Fisher, they're not done. I mean, they're going to chase you out until you die. There is no way Cumberland or UHE thrive. Call me MF Doom. Well, UHE, they will actually survive up towards the dome. Fisher really does embody the spirit of being an apex predator. Someone get Cam FPS on the line. Oh! You say Fisher, I say Bellevue. Fisher, Bellevue. Fisher, Bellevue. You say Bellevue, I say bye-bye. Bye-bye, Fisher, TMU Bold, Bellevue. Anyways, TMU Bold will be able to play for recovery, which will, instead of being a real contest, will just turn into extra KP for one of our better rosters later today. He said the line? What's the line? Always a bigger Fisher. It's tough to say, guys. Now, Kennesaw Black, they are one of the few rosters I'm really hoping for a dubby today. I mean, 2 wins for USM, 2 wins for Bellevue. Can't we get some love for KSU Black? They've had a couple of second place finishes. They play a good macro game. Problem is, I don't like the truck line. I've never liked the truck line, even with a Watson in play. The chance of you getting full sent on are just, it's just so legitimate. And it's just, I don't know. UCF Knights, epicenter for now, but going to be forced to rotate out. Teams like Minnesota State Mavericks, who hold the bridge, are going to be one of those teams that will pressure you from getting out of epicenter here. I worry more about West Virginia Wesleyan up above them. Couple of teams still taking their time outside of zone. UCSD Gold, they are the squad still stuck all the way towards that western side. It's tough. It is tough.
Let's go over there.
I worry about West Virginia too. I mean, I think West Virginia hold out the rotations coming through. Shout out to KQ All here from TMU Bold. My observer doesn't even have it on the map. They're so far out of zone, they don't even see where the fight's happening. I feel so bad for them. KQ, TMU Bold and Bellevue are fighting all the way south of Harvester and Lava Siphon. I have generalized anxiety. I do not. TMU Bold will be wiped out by Bellevue. I'm the type of guy, Coach Squid, to walk up to random strangers in public and just start talking to them. You have generalized anxiety. I have been told I have weaponized. Anyways, Augusta, I'm surprised one even got away from Fisher here. I can't imagine they might be allowed to exist for long. There was UCSD Gold on the other side of this ridge here, and hey, there they are. Fisher walking right into them. That is true, small guys. I did. I like your car, though. I like small guy's car. It's kind of nice. Like, I know it's a beater, but it's also like, it's just a nice car. Anyways, Fisher Esports v USD Gold. It's going to be up to Lucian or another to get one knock where it matters most. Lifeline ultimates for defense here, and realistically, it sets Golden up for the pressure of a lifetime. Lucian, though, knocks of their own. Swatula's diving in, and that is a very tough exchange. 2v2, Dom the push, a dive around the back. It is Lucian versus the Lifelines here. All the way up towards high ground on this Valkyrie, and that's just going to get allowing Fisher to get into a full three-piece. All members of Fisher are up. That's tough. Yeah. Try and run as you may. Fisher Esports, they're trying to catch up on their KP play. Lucian will be able to survive a lot longer than people think here. As long as Lucian doesn't land accidentally onto someone, they should be okay. Now, Bellevue, it seems like they surprisingly were getting knocked out to zone here, so probably going to have to play for a reset. 360 swivel, inevitably found out by Ottawa, hiding in the epicenter. And for Fisher Esports, I mean, they might just be finishing the job on UCSD Gold. If you see that pop up in the kill feed there, don't be surprised. I want to just carry a hammer. What do you guys think? Yeah, I don't see UCSD Gold, so yeah, Dom got the wipe on the Lucian there. No surprises. What can you say?
Head that way, fellas.
What you getting, Cumberland? Oh, Kraber in hand. Dom is closing the gap here. This is a very good spot for them. Remember, though, they are not alone in Fragment right now. One bad push play, and Dom could get pinched out here. Problem is, they found Syken again. That is a, that is the struggle to happen. Oh, wow, Zephyr is right. When is Zephyr wrong? That is just a struggle and a half to have. Yeah, Bellevue comes on in here, pinch play against Fisher. They extend too far forward, and now we could be looking at a Fisher end. Double Dutch do-si-do. Dom 2 cracked is further ahead here, playing for the resets. But remember, Bellevue could very quickly clean this up. On the other side, though, we could see the reset for Cumberland work their way back into the fight. Golden will be full thirsted, and that is about as good as you can hope in the face of Dom. You don't want him getting these lifeline resets. Now, Dom rotating out over on the side. If Cumberland has taken their time, could either be a gatekeeper in this next zone ahead, or Bellevue from high ground could lay stake in control towards Fisher on this rotate. We'll have to see how good Dom is at ratting this one out. For Texas A&M, they are also not in zone, currently on the very western edge here. Could see a rotate from Cumberland right alongside them. Future Streams, the leading benefactor of this push play. They've gotten the scan from Slasher there, and with that rotate on the other side, man, we have got to get Arc off of the rampart. Still, big damage down. Grap is on the other angle to get the knock onto Future Streams. Slasher with a Kraber knock here. Tamu is getting shot out from afar at St. Clair Saints. Slasher with another Kraber knock, but no you and a combined effort from Minnesota will wipe out Cumberland University. I can't imagine it's going to get much better for the Aggies, though. Down below, they will walk right into the face of KSU Black there, whether it is on that rock or ahead. Yeah, St. Clair Saints, they're going to dive out, and that will be a couple of snipe plays from Lock Sanity that wipes out the Aggies. For Temple Cheerily, the Giggler, well, they just aren't laughing. Southern Mississippi continue to defend the Climatizer area. Problems ahead, though. Zone is pulling its way back, and Southern Mississippi, they got to rotate all the way through Climatizer. For Bellevue, though, this is barely a problem. While they have lost out on Vattery, they are leading the exchange against Minnesota. Instead, it is Kennesaw. Good pressure play on the bridge. If I'm Kennesaw, I'm following this up. Oh. Remember, your bets hinge on Bellevue surviving here. Minnesota, they are on that someone else category. This zone is weird. No, this zone's just a standard building finish, you know. Minnesota knocked Bellevue to follow through. It is 1v9 for your predictions, folks. And Southern Mississippi, might be taking the God spot away. Somehow, Dom 2 cracked, by the way, still in this game. Could even craft this one down on the low ground. But Elixirs in the KSU Black roster are going to take us down to 9 here, potentially in just a second. Dom running away. 150 from Kindly Monkey there. Only a tick available, and they already know they're going to be trying to chunk out towards the crafter. Dom heals it out with the lifeline, but realistically, Dom has potentially trapped themselves. West Virginia up above. They'll turn their backs for just a second, and West Virginia, they lose out on pressuring Dom there. Again, maybe crafter, maybe reset. You have to pray Dom is able to keep this one running and gunning into Climatizer. St. Clair Saints, same to be said, defending the bridge. UHE holds out Purdue from getting their rotate. Instead, we'll take a look at some of these lower ground rosters. Kennesaw Black trades for trades, a 2v2 play. Kai and Drake back up to high ground as Kindly Monkey will get knocked down from Envy. It's up to Elixirs playing the crypto here. One man and a dream. Meanwhile, the bridge has become a death sentence. UCF Knights will get a couple of punt plays, and it's St. Clair Saints moving in from that bridge to really lay in control. That will be West Virginia wiped out as well. Southern Mississippi, not much of an answer for themselves here. Waukee is down to one final remaining member on the low ground alongside Fisher Esports. So realistically, we're down to 5 full faces here. St. Clair Saints, they are still playing this one out towards that bridge area. UCF Knights, they actually get the epicenter to their name. Now, personally, Hawaii does have the position of a lifetime here, but holding on to it in a way that matters is critical. Southern Miss is looking for this, and if they take that fight, the third-party play could come in just as fast.
We should head that way. Quick, let's go over there.
Oh. Southern Miss on bridge. That might be their option. It might be a zip play. I can't imagine St. Clair or University of Hawaii aren't going to be able to punish this out. Walking this one in, only one squad can survive the pillar on the outside here. So this is the Zephyr thought process. Epicenter, you get the 2. One down below, one up above. You get to play the little outside pillars of Epicenter for the final end game here. And then what ends up happening is the 2 teams that are inside Epicenter, they drop down, they fight each other. You got that team on pillar, and then, you know, they win, right? That is the Zephyr Cast pre-game 6 finish prediction there. St. Clair does get the knock on to USM. Fisher Esports are begging for their life on this climb up, but Dom will still lose out nonetheless. St. Clair have done a great job pressuring out these rosters, but instead are going to start to contribute towards the exterior here. Rusty does get the full thirst of on to 1. And UHE, they dive all the way to the low ground. They are not interested in retaining height, which means they will lose their life here. One remaining member behind the pillar, and, well, in the end, it's going to come down to UCF Knights up above, who do get that KP. Couple of big snipes taking place on the very edge of zone, and that is USM and St. Clair on the other side. Fisher as well. Slothulas will finish the job. 2 on the outside, 2 on the inside. Southern Miss and St. Clair. Now, Southern Mississippi are not healthy. Had they not faced that knock on to Zach W. Keys, they would be more confident on this fight. The same to be said, or the same should be said for St. Clair Saints, but it's not a bad idea for St. Clair Saints to just take their time here. Like I said, they do have USM ahead of them, but with UCF Knights kind of playing spoiler up above, USM can never peak out on this. So all you have to hope for is the fact that St. Clair Saints just don't over-peak this and accidentally get knocked by a single remaining USM roster. So just play the rock slowly, play the pillboxes, don't get walked up upon, make sure you take the zone efficiently, and this should be a St. Clair Saints dub. Because remember, UCF Knights are either forced to make a portal play with your or drop down right into the heat of the action here. Your will already be the first to drop down. There is the port play over towards the pill side, and that is going to be St. Clair Saints on the other side already pressuring this exchange. There's Southern Mississippi down, so it is guaranteed to be someone new winning a game here. Now, UCF Knights, they should be shot in the back here in just a second. Yep, Here's Ottawa Braves climbing up from the low ground. Their choice against the UCF Knights might be swayed by this EMP play here from St. Clair Saints. Either way, Ottawa, UCF Knights fighting. Ure goes back into zone. Croak's going to get a couple of knocks here, and it truly comes down to, can St. Clair do the appropriate? They have the advantage. They have the outside. We have talked about this. They have the wipe against UCF Knights, but 3v3, it is up to St. Clair. Yes, knock number 1, knock number 2, and knock number 3 here. Kraber in the hand, a spin, and I don't know if that was a miss or a hit. Either way, St. Clair Saints win in the most obvious way. Zephyr called it about 6 minutes ago. Why do we even watch, folks? Why do we even watch? Why do we even watch Apex when the guaranteed winner is guaranteed? You know? Isn't that crazy? Isn't it crazy that you can literally see the win coming like 5 minutes in advance? That shit blows my mind. Maybe I've watched too much Apex. Maybe I need to be put in a kennel. All right, last game of the day underway here. I asked you guys predictions on the board. Bellevue, Southern Mississippi, or someone else. Game 5 lets us know that it was, in fact, well, this is the other lobby. It was, in fact, St. Clair Saints Green. That fulfills that someone else category here. Congratulations to those of you who pick up the dub on that one. Wheezy is golden. Atmo and Solari Linares there. Wow. That was 7K points won. Wheezy is golden. Puts up the most there at 1K plus. And walks away with 6,252 points. The Ozen loses out on 5K. That was big. All right, last game of the day. Currently, your lobby leaders, Bellevue with 99. Southern Mississippi trying to catch up. 11 points behind, needs 12 to surpass them. Fisher at 51 are not in the conversation for surpassing either of those two, but could hold on to the third place finish that they've so rightfully earned. KSU Black, though, sits only 2 points behind them, and just behind that, 12 points, St. Clair Saints with their dub. Minnesota, TMU Bold, UCF Knights, Ottawa Braves, TAMU Maroon, and University of Utah and West Virginia hold on to the top 12, but right now, Hawaii, Purdue, Western Outlaws, Kennesaw Gold, sure as shit. Cumberland University in 17th right now. Augusta, Temple Cherry, and UCSD Gold. We could be talking about a Cumberland loss today. Cumberland in lower lobby. A true fraud alert moment here for the Cumberland roster. Cumberland Lobby 2 is going to be so ass. Yeah, I don't want to see Cumberland Lobby 2. Not because, they haven't performed shitty today, but the fact of the matter is you put Cumberland in Lobby 2, they're going to be so successfully aggressive, and it's just going to be a pain in the ass to watch. Welcome, Mank. Good to see you, brother. Tell you what, you've actually got a tight horse race for Southern Mississippi right now. 88. They are very close. That being said, final prediction of the day. Who wins Game 6? I always like this one. It's my favorite. I think it's just so fun. Place your bets on your favorite roster. We got Bellevue. We got Southern Miss. We got Fisher. We got KSU Black. We got SEC. We got Minnesota. TMU Bold. UCF Knights. Ottawa. Or someone else. Here you guys go. Game 6, final bet of the day. 5 minutes on your prediction here, as we will be popping into that next lobby sometime soon. For the other lobby, though, they're one game away. Right now in the overall, looks like we will be seeing Calgary back in upper lobby. We will be seeing ISU, the same with Alabama for the very first time this season. SJSU returns. UT, I believe, for their very first time as well. RIT returns. Utah Summit. I'm pretty sure this might be the first time Utah Summit is up here as well. And I mean, for now, University of Houston back up. That isn't a guarantee, though. There is still time on the board and one last remaining game here. Teams like Fullerton, Arkansas, really most of this lobby. 8th is currently at 25 points. One good game from MST Gold or the U.S. Naval Academy could be enough to push you into the premier lobby here. So let's not count them out yet. We will see how this one finishes up. Ooh, we're going to raid Bree after this. Bree is a good friend of mine from Texas A&M, and they just went live. All right, last game of the day. Get your final bets in. Right now, it is only a bet on Fisher. That means if Bellevue wins, you lose your points. If Southern Mississippi wins, you lose your points. KSU Black, SCC, Magenta Soda, TMU Bold, UCF Knights, Ottawa. It's a lot of points to win, by the way. There are 1,300 points on the line for this prediction right now, and no one else is putting any points down. Not a single person. Magenta Soda? That's right. Shout out to our holy faithful golden Coach Squid and Atmo who are putting down all of the points on Fisher right now. There are 3 minutes left on the prediction, and someone's got to take at least a risk. There we go. 10 points on Southern Mississippi. Who's my risk taker? It's Dat Boy. Dat Boy. A little risk taker over there on Bellevue as well. Applejacks is taking a risk. Even just 40 points invested by Applejacks could turn into 1.3. I tried to bet on somebody else. That's your fault for misclicking. Unk Hands. Tamu Maroon. Tamu Maroon is someone else. If you want to bet on Tamu Maroon, it's down there at the bottom. It is currently just pair. Anybody for KSU Black, SCC, Magenta Soda, Team Bold, UCF Knights, or Ottawa? I can kind of understand some of those not being picked up. But KSU Black, come on, guys. Right now, KSU Black has had 2 second-place finishes and then an 11th, 11th, and 10th place finish. They have 27 KP. It's the 4th highest in the lobby. They're not nobodies. KSU Black. All right. 1 minute, 53 seconds. Last couple of opportunities to get your predictions in. Hey, you even get to see a couple seconds of the game here. All right? That could influence your bet. Last couple seconds. Zephyr casts. If you're wondering why I'm looking down at my lap right now, it's because I have a Rubik's Cube in my hands and it needs to be solved. I have an irritation when I don't wipe or solve Rubik's Cubes. Bod got a snipe on the Mez. The follow through here from the likes of Bellevue. Could be lickety split, but they're still stuck in the stacks area. So, never mind. The name of a Nirvana album. Arguably their best album. Well, somehow, some way there, it's a good snipe, but it is going to be a University of Utah escape here. Mobius out towards the hill for now. I mean, that's the bare minimum you can ask for. Still, not a good start for Utah on their last game of the day. They want to continue to divide or defend their top 12 position, and getting wiped out this early could be a way to dig yourself into a hole.
Hostile spotted.
Zephyr is getting pinged. All right. West Virginia Wesleyan Kaiju. Couple of full sends ahead of them. Kennesaw State Gold. No health to their name. Sitting on the full whites here for Kennesaw State. It's time to leave, folks. It is, it's time to get out. Minnesota State Mavericks, not much better themselves here. Speed Demon, Meadsy, and Schmalls all sitting on triple napkins. Oh, shit. It's Fisher. Amazing grace, how sweet they something. Minnesota, you chose wrong. Yeah, no, I mean, you just don't survive, bro. When you play against Fisher, you just simply don't get to live. So, Purdue Black and the rest of these rosters, Kyan, Drake, Dean. Oh my God, looking mean here, but already with Envy down, it could be a Purdue Black moment. I don't know where Matthew Moose is, but that was a chance of a lifetime. Problem is, Kennesaw Gold does also arrive. So, not much more to say there. UCSD Gold up on high ground. Lucian, Rumbly, and Haddo. I mean, triple. This is, albeit, what am I looking at? Hey, Rumbly. Hey, buddy. You got to get up to height. Hey, Rumbly. I don't think Rumbly has a way up to height here. Rumbly's got to pray he gets a knock on someone and steals their evac, because right now he is stuck on the low ground without UCSD, and you can maybe wait for the Valkyrie ultimate. Still, good full thirst for St. Clair Saints. For UCSD, what I wanted to point out is, as long as they're all up 3 on this height, cough, cough, Rumbly,
We should go this way.
you have a chance of a lifetime to survive all the way into the top 3 here. St. Clair Saints, we can't say the same. For University of Utah, it is an early end, very early. Ottawa Braves, they might be joining them. Could potentially see Ottawa Braves in the lower lobby. Temple Cherry puts up a return, how they might need it. Evil Howl from the other side here. Big 45 beams, but not enough to truly mean. Ooh, Sheila on the ready, but no! The FaZe gets the snipe. It's up to the Giggler. Can he or haw his way to success here? For the Giggler, though, already backing off. The Ottawa Braves are safe for now. TMU Bold, not much better themselves. Seems like they're getting wiped out by Bellevue. Couple of banner recoveries, and yeah. Oh, the Giggler wants this bad. No banner recovery. Ottawa holds off. Kennesaw Black. They got fight for fight themselves, and we got a multitude of our rosters absolutely getting ham-fisted into each other. For Purdue Black, it's up to just Waukee versus KSU Black. Black on black here. Shout out to Purdue. They're able to push UCSD off of height. I don't even know where they end up. Blame the fact that all 3 of them weren't on top. All right. Ottawa gets a couple of full wipes there. Fisher has the biggest fight ahead of them. It's Augusta. 4-2-4, though, already dropped. That is about as bad as it gets for a Sparrow's ultimate there, and you don't even have to invest into the damage. It's already gone. 15 squads remaining, and our lobby continues to collapse here. Southern Mississippi, they might be finishing off Cumberland here sometime soon. If Cumberland wipes out this early in 15th, Cumberland will be in lower lobby next week, and you do not want that. None of the lower lobby teams want to go up against Cumberland. That is just a terrible, terrible loss. Cumberland, they don't even need many points to get in the top 12. They need like 8. One good top 3 finish for Cumberland, and that could be the end zone for them. Instead, Drill for Zach W. Keys is going to establish their current positions. The Ozen is still on high ground. Cumberland not in top 8. Cumberland's in bottom 8 right now. This is tough. Future streams already beamed. USM have been a highlight of today's performance. And here's a problem for them. Not much longer will they survive. Controlling pressure, Cumberland finally is able to get out of Monument direct there. As Fisher, by the way, getting some big wipes against Bellevue. Looks like, yeah, Muffins will be full thirsted. Vaudry is going to take it to the sky here. Does Fisher have the beams? No. Looking more like memes. Instead, couple full thirst there as Texas A&M will get a long range knock. Instead, back to Southern Mississippi v. Cumberland. 1 knock found. Cumberland with 2. University of Southern Miss does not need these points. Cumberland keeps the dream alive. Now, 4 points still isn't enough for Cumberland. And with 1 minute on that zone close, they have to get very lucky on this choke play here. They are that far out of the top 12 conversation right now. And remember, that top 12 bar is going to raise as we go through this one. So, Let's see how this goes.
Get your asses there.
All right. Come on. I know who Fisher chose this fight, but it's over. Rest in peace. As I always like to say, you can pick the color of your coffin here. UCF Knights, the phase dropped by Dom to Cracked, a long-range nemesis there. You're in Sloshy Medusa. You're the first to be caught out. Again, Dom to Cracked with another. And for Sloshy Medusa, a slide to the low ground is the result of another Dom to Cracked wipe here. Golden will be the one to pick up that KP, but still, Fisher controlling the flow of the game here. No more UCF Knights, Icarus. I'm sorry. Bellevue, they find a nice knock on to Grap there. They're going to continue to defend their recovery. Texas A&M Maroon are still in it, albeit they're all the way down towards Treeside right now. So we won't count them out yet. Cumberland University, a lot more healthy. They could finish off Bellevue right now. They've got that ping on the VOD. Just behind them. This is all they need. Finish the job, get a quick wipe, seal the deal. It is as easy as it gets. Oh, couple of quick scans there, up on high ground. Headies available, West Virginia Wesleyan Kaiju. Yeah, they're going to force VOD down, and that is the likes of Cumberland, who picks up the wipe there. VOD gets caught out, pinched by both of these rosters, and now Cumberland, they actually have a really nice walk into zone. The entire northern side of this choke is completely available for play, so no one should be able to stop Cumberland from at least getting into the top 10 here, which once again reaffirms the fact that they should stay competitive in the overall standings. They sold my 40 points. You know, Applejack, sometimes you gotta risk it for the biscuit. I would say this is a risk for Fisher, but realistically, it's just an easy knock, drop, finish. Right on the edge of zone there, Gerald will be caught out. And here comes Cumberland. Late rotating, you can see Future Streams, a knuckle cluster to high ground. Somehow, University of Hawaii is still alive here, and we jump to Ottawa. I don't know how that can happen sometimes. Either way, nice scans. Golden will lead for damage, but is getting pressured from afar here. Cumberland versus Fisher. This is the highlight of the games. Cumberland separated, and Golden is knocked. But Syken is dropped just as quickly here. Future Streams from the other side. Nice knuckle cluster cracks. Flesh is ticking. There's the beam with the drill on the other side. Future Streams taken low. Back to the rest of his team. This Fisher will step up. A recovery of Lifeline makes this all the more impressive. Cumberland behind the rock for now. A bombardment to give them a bit of cover. But remember, that Fuse ultimate is a nerf more than a buff. Problem. Both of these rosters. Highlight fighters. Cumberland searching for a top 12 finish. Neither of them are in zone. 21 seconds to go. Fisher knows they have damage advantage and don't want to give it up completely. Banana is knocked here on the other side, which tells me University of Hawaii also just got a reset recovery. Cumberland, they're going to take it towards that northern choke. They want to give up their chances of glory just yet. They realize that's too good of a team to play into, and instead, it is going to be Fisher Esports 2v3 here. Oh, Kai gets naded down. Golden is here for your crown. A scan on the other side as the Valkyrie takes to the pillars above. But realistically, you're just setting yourself up to be free and easy KP. Kai wiped out here. One remaining member in Gerald, all the way over towards the building on choke side. And that, by the way, lets us know that Fisher can play that for free. Now, Cumberland is in towards Thermal. This zone might be playing all the way towards that southwestern edge where Tamu Maroon currently calls home. We're gonna have to wait and see. 12 squads down. KSU Gold, Western Outlaws out above. Fisher, again, more pressure against Cumberland. It is Envy from West Virginia Wesleyan who does get that knock onto Cumberland to start. West Virginia pushes them off of that high ground. As, no, It is not a Southwestern finish. Instead, Fisher Esports has the God spot. Western Virginia, they do have a nice rotation out towards the eastern edge here. West Virginia could come all the way around from the side and play behind Fisher, but the fact they got to get a great jump on this. I played like absolute shit today. Sykin, yes. St. Clair Saints, they are right up against Cumberland, and with Sykin already dead and Future Streams low, this is looking like an end for the Phoenix with no recovery available. St. Clair, though, they do not push this out. Instead, it's Slasher and Future Streams allowed to get a reset. St. Clair, they don't want that smoking. Instead, another drop comes the way of Rusty Dree. So, maybe a couple of extensions here. Fisher is up on high, still controlling the final endgame narrative as Slothulus picks up that heal. A Catalyst wall is dropped, and with 24 seconds to go, teams like KSU Gold, Ottawa, and Texas A&M Maroon need to find a place to call their home. West Virginia, they've dropped off of height. They are not going to push into Fisher, and that leaves Fisher potentially for another, or actually their first dub of the day. Massive nades against St. Clair here, and this should be leading advantage for the likes of West Virginia Westland. A nice drop, and that could be maybe the end of them as well. Yeah, Kyan Drake sniped by Limbox. KSU Black, a third party to the fight. There is the Seer scan. Kindly Monkey up to the high ground to survive for now. Limbox and the rest hold on for dear life as West Virginia. They're going to play for reset on the low ground. Speed Demon, what is good? Avocados, those are good. Well, West Virginia, they've gotten a lot of control to the KSU Black third party, but remember, the rest of Thermal Station makes this a very hard exchange. Meanwhile, KSU, I mean, they single-handedly are getting a knock onto the rest of the KSU roster. Texas A&M, they're not much better. I talked about how they do not have a position in zone. And the rest of KSU Gold will go down there. 7 squads remaining. No more Tamu. I mean, Fisher has high ground, guys. Fisher has high ground all the way to the end zone. Us and Cumberland decide to let the little guys do good today. Cumberland is already dead, Dom. Starting next week, back to us top 2. Ah, you're talking about Bellevue and USM. Hey, you're right, buddy. You know, sometimes you got to take a break, you know? You can't wear yourself out too quickly, all right? You should look at Lobby 2 after. I will. And I'm saying, yeah, you just got to be careful. Let the little guys eat a little bit. Hella fun. Your ass, I can't. Hey, settle it in Cincinnati, boys. Settle it in Ohio. Purdue Black up on high. Not a team that will lose their roster first, but we'll see how it'll go. Instead, a drop onto Kindly Monkey, and KSU Black faces knock for knock. That could be high ground. Purdue can play that high ground. Let's see how this goes. West Virginia down below, drilled again by the UCSD Gold roster. Remember, folks, though, Fisher is still on height here. I know Dom's chatting in my Twitch stream, but the man and Golden and Slothulas, they have arguably one of the best controlling positions for this final end zone. This high ground, you get a lay of the land, and the realest thing is the fact that most of these teams are forced into each other, forced to fight, and Fisher can come and clean it up. Purdue, West Virginia, UCSD, and yeah, KSU Black. I think everyone is going to get a little bit of space to work with here, but one bad knock could mean the end game. Dean PS there, a drop on the Kindly Monkey, and that could be recovery for KSU Black, or it could be the domino of the end game. Dom Ducrack, the snipe onto Dean PS from afar. There's the rotation. EMPs to follow suit, and you can only assume this might be KSU Black. Instead, Limbox, again, more snipes coming the way of Fisher here as Limbox, the only remaining member. And it is struggles here. KSU Black will go down as West Virginia are trying to stick a revive. UCSD on the other side of this zone. 42 seconds, and we're 4 squads remaining. Purdue and UCSD, they're holding the outskirts here, but they are definitely looking at West Virginia. We'll see how this one finishes. This is a struggle for the Kaiju roster. I mean, they've got a little bit of a pull. Kai and Drake is upset with his own aim. Damn, good snipes from MB there. That's going to keep Fisher off of their Tookus for a second. Purdue's finally making the move, but instead it is Walkie crushed. That'll be Purdue Black, finished in 4th, and we're down to our final remaining teams. Fisher, I like this from Golden, and Slothula's already starting to take space around the edge. They don't rely entirely on that height. Instead, UCSD behind the boxes, a drill from West Virginia, and more damage on the side. You are single-handedly ruining the UCSD Gold roster. San Diego, they are not long for this world, and the zone is time. Immediately, Dean PS with a ring knock, Golden with the rest. A 3v3 situation now. West Virginia versus Fisher. Scans from the other side. Golden and Slothula is the first to represent there. Another scan. Tough piercing spikes. West Virginia has the other exchange going for them. High ground no longer available as Dom has made the switch up. A quick rotate around the back, and those rampart walls make this peak play almost impossible. The Lifeline ultimate might be the trade they need, but instead, it's Envy and Kai and Drake low. Dean PS thirsted, Kai and Drake down, and it's up to Envy to 2v1 here. Dip, dodge, and dive around the back. It's a Fisher dub for our final game of the day. Congratulations to Fisher, well deserved. Let's go through the scoreboard as quick as can be. Your top 12 teams moving on to next week. Bellevue, Fisher there, now tied, but actually in the lead ahead of Southern Mississippi at 89. KSU Black, St. Clair Saints Green, Ottawa, Minnesota State Mavericks, Team Bold, West Virginia holds on, UCF Knights, and Purdue Black. And yes, Tamu Maroon. Sadly, we have Cumberland in the lower lobby. That is rough. University of Utah, they are also back down in the lower lobby. They'll be joined by Hawaii, KSU Gold, Western Outlaws, UCSD Gold. Third place just was not enough for them. They needed that dub. Augusta and Temple Cherry in the other lobby. The squads that are popping up here. We've got Calgary, ISU. Jesus Christ, Calgary. Holy shit. That is insane. 87 KP. I might have to go back and watch that. That is gnarly. Second place seems to be the name of the game for Alabama. Welcome to the first time to the upper league. SJSU Blue. Fullerton's back. UT joins us. RIT's back. And hey, there is the Utah State Goats. Arkansas, UH Red, Utah Summit, Illini Orange, U Ottawa Garnet, UCSC Chop William Mary, S&E, USN Navy, MST, and FSU Garnet will remain. All right. What a day. Thank you guys so much for being back. Consider following or subscribing if you like what we do here, if you like what we do on the Zephyrcast stream. It is going to be that Fisher dub, so really quickly, let me reward the points here. Hey, Magisterial, thank you so much. Fisher, dub, complete prediction. All right, we'll be back tomorrow, by the way. We will be back tomorrow for the finals of College Apex. Real quick.
Get out. He killed one. He killed one.
I killed 2.
All right. Hold on. Real quick. W rat play.
Get out. He killed one. He killed one.
I killed 2.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh.
No, he killed one. He killed one.
I killed 2.
Nah, Koryu. Oh! Oh my god, a beam into a 210 heady. Nice job, Koryu. Little W rat play to keep ISU in the fight. All right, folks. Thank you so much for the follows. Again, thank you to all of you who subscribed, and I hope you guys are excited to go to Cincinnati. I'm going to get a raid going on Alchemist here. Good family friend, or a good friend of the family from Texas A&M, and so if you like Counter-Strike, she is a lovely Counter-Strike streamer. Give her some big Zephyrcast love and energy. I will see you tomorrow, I think, for some College Apex. I didn't start the raid, so this is really awkward now. Raid in 10 seconds. I'm still here. All right, I'll see you tomorrow for for some college Apex.